Morning, team. How's it going? It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. It's the weekend, man. Oh man, am I happy for this weekend? I tell you what, I'm not feeling 100% right now. Really not feeling 100% right now. I've definitely pushed it a little bit hard this week and feeling a little bit of burnout. So hopefully you guys are not feeling the same. If you are, you might want to just slow down a little bit today, or at least be a little bit careful, right? A little bit careful. Okay, so back into the death range. The death range. All right, we all know what Alex is looking for. All right, we're looking to clean up these lows. We talked about it Monday, Tuesday this week. These lows down here, these are poor auctions. All right, we had a lack of excess down here. There was no selling at the lows, no aggressive selling at the lows. In fact, there was quite the opposite. We had aggressive buying at the lows. Guys might think, hey, well, what's wrong with that? Well, that's not the end of the auction. What we want to see is aggressive buyers get trapped at the highs, aggressive sellers get trapped at the lows. So, like I said, when we were down here early week, Monday, Tuesday, I didn't like the auction of the lows, and I think we'll come back for it. Now, maybe today's the day. Maybe. We'll see, folks. Thursday, Wednesday, trap, Thursday, follow through, overnight, rejection of mean. There's your 20-day rejection of mean after closing the gap. And look where we're trying to get down into the lower Bollinger Band and 200-day, which will be cleaning this up. Now, the one thing we have to pay attention to, we have this blue level here, okay? And this comes right out to sort of 775. We've been thick there. This is a 12-month profile on the left-hand side. All right, once we get under 70.75 or 7.75 and we stay heavy, right, look how thin we get. All right, if we can get some heaviness come in here and they finally stop protecting it, then we're going to come right down into the low 24,000s, 24,300, this node here. Okay, and this will be the first place I'll be looking to trade to if we get follow through. I've been looking for this forever. I've been waiting for this for a long time now. It's felt like months, but in reality, it's about 3 weeks. All right, so we'll see. Maybe today starts the start of it. I don't think we'd do all the way down there unless we go really risk off. We're going to have to be very, very careful into this level, but hopefully we can clean that up. So that's what I'm looking for today. I'm looking for a little bit of follow through to come and clean that up, right? We've been prepared for it. Anyone that read the newsletter, you were prepared for this, and you should be prepared for this, all right? We planned this out last Saturday. It was in your inboxes. Okay, so how are we going to get there if we're going to get there? We are going to need to, well, it's already starting to do it. Let's make this hourly a bit bigger. All right, we're going to need to create some liquidity and reject. So there's a couple key levels here. Previous week, point of control. All right, this is fair value from the previous week, this pivot low. Anywhere into here to 900s, low 900s. All right, any rejection, if we do a morning shove up, I'm going to look to fade that. All right, I'm going to be taking some TPs into these low 700s. And ideally, like we talked about, I'm looking to clean up these lows here Tuesday and Friday. All right, so I'm looking to clean up into this green box. All right, that's where I'm trying to get into. If we get acceptance under that, well, we get thin and we can really just hang on to some runners and see what we get. If we reclaim those 900s and we fail to build out liquidity into here, right, if we reclaim, right, and they do this, I will not be taking this trade, but I'm going to tell you what it is now in case you want it. There is that reversion up there back into 25,000, right? So if they reclaim sort of 900, 950, 920, trap shorts, they can come right back up here. And then I'm going to be looking for the same scenario here. I'm going to be looking from a short here back down into this and this. Now, like I just said to my team on Discord, if they do this move here, right, and they reclaim it and they come up here and then they just get stuck and we chop all day, this point here, Alex will leave, call the session and go and get a nice cold beer. All right, I am not trading in this shit anymore this week. All right, I've tried enough times. I will not do it again. Right, so it'll be an early weekend if we get up there. So let's just see what we get, folks. All right, pulling this down, I'll give you the GEX levels. All right, so you can see right now we're in negative gamma, so extra stress on, especially if we start breaking down under the 800s here. We can look for that 695, which is where they're putting support. Remember, we're only trying to get into sort of 670s, 700, 670s is where we start cleaning up. So that's what we're looking for, into that 695. And if we get below, they've positioned right now at 484.85, which will be right where we have this little node here. So yeah, 500-ish. Right, so we're looking for a downside slide. Maybe you guys are already in it from here. You've got like a little micro head and shoulders. We can go over here. Right, you've sort of built this out. There's your fail to leg, failed to recover. There's your backside. You might already be in it. So right now, if you're in it, you just want them to protect this at the open and fade. Otherwise, come up here, fade. Otherwise, take this and then fade. All right, I'm going to ignore the long there just so we're all aware. All right, we can go through the other indexes. Let me make sure I've got you guys on the right channel. There we go. Move this to a 5 minute. We'll get rid of this. We don't need this now. We've got a new session. Do you know what? I'll do a slight node here for Globex, just in case we reject that early morning. And a slight one here, just in case, folks. Okay, moving through the other market. So ES is going to be the same story here, folks. All right, finally seen follow through. Remember, we've had strength up there in ES. It's much more in its chop zone. Remember, we talked about this. All right, that's what ES is in. Compare that to NQ. NQ is breaking down. But ES, you're looking for follow through under 45s. Starts losing 45s, floodgates might start to open. But remember, tech's heavier. Tech remains heavier. So these levels on ES, I can give you the GEX on ES as well for those of you trading it. I'll let this load. There you go. There's your GEX. So again, negative gamma, and we start sliding here. 680, 860, 835, 810 are your levels. And really, you do want to get down into 835 and under. That's where the floodgates start to open. Same kind of story, right? We get under 835. We're coming into Tuesday, last week's lows. So this is current week lows. If we can trade under here, all right, we really start to accelerate down. So that's what we'll be looking for on the ES. We can go spiders and then QQQs here. Spiders, so heavy pre-market, letting go of yesterday's range. There's yesterday's range. Pre-market, we're letting go. So you're going to be watching for spiders. Rejection of 685, rejection of pre-market low. For a very simple strategy. Rejection of pre-market low, trade down to 680s, take a partial there, hold on to your runners. If Friday gets trending, great. If we reclaim 685, they might come and chop up to this midpoint. Maybe even they accelerate up to 690, which would be gross. I'll be ignoring all of this. Then you'll be looking to see if they fade that again. I do not think we'll come back up here. They're going to have to turn the jets on if they're going to do that on Friday. I'm not going to rule it out, but it's somewhat unlikely. QQQ, same kind of stories. You can see this demand now turn into supply. All right, support becomes resistance. Support, all right, becomes resistance. We're breaking down under it. There's your bear flag. Those in Discord, we went over that last night. Right, and there's the breakdown. So rejection of 605s. You're looking for that 600 move, which would be huge. Under that, we are in squeeze. This yellow box, this is squeeze potential, and I'll be looking to just hold on to a run as if we can do that to get down into there, which is what we're looking for today, ideally. If they want to be kind and finally let us have it, they might not. Dixie's still just chopping around, really. It's not really moved. Look, we're just in a range here, and Dixie, it's just got stuck. All right, so no edge here from Dixie. VIX is elevated, very, very, very elevated. So it did the old look below the trend line into an old level, reclaim, pull back, held trend, went. Trend lines don't work, remember. Well, I don't know what you'd call that, because I think that's about as good as you get. All right, with a little fakie underneath. Very, very nice. Okay, very, very nice. Coming up to top side here, so 22s, we can look above here. Yeah, and this guy's still priced in. And I tell you what, there is a monthly up at 35s. All right, there is a monthly gamma level up at 35. So if we start squeezing through 23s today, they're going to look for 25s. And if they're going to get disgusting, they're going to come for 35s. And if we do that, you best believe this market is going to go full panic, full fear. All right, full puke everything out mode. All right, Apple still holding gains really well. You've got to be careful here. Range built. Failed breakout. All right, if they can't start coming back underneath these 270s, we're going to trade back inside the weekly range. Remember, Monday low set the tone. There's Tuesday's high. Only one of those is likely to be broken. There's Tuesday's high broken. So if they can't get back above that and they get under 270s, weakness back down inside the weekly range. Amazon still in a pivot. Still just stuck. This has been discounted quite heavily, so I'm just interested. Are they going to hold 200s? If we go risk off in the market, they probably won't. If they do hold 200s, there's an argument for that drive back upside. But yeah, just stuck in range there. Goog, that looks weaker. All right, drive up, loses the high, wash down, rejecting pivots. That's a weaker name. Psychological number down here into 300. So if we lose 305s, they're probably going to come for that psych level. Just zoom out a bit here. Yeah, all right. So this is looking more and more like backside with a fail break. All right, so congested in here, but anyone that took a short up here, you look good for that wash back in. That does not look good. I wouldn't be buying Goog right now. Meta. Zoom out of this a little bit. All right, it's left liquidity down here, just like NQ, but pivoted up, breakout, held the low. That's kind of ugly, but there we go. Comes back up, and it's got to hold this node here. All right, you can see where we got stuck. All right, resistance, resistance, breakout, came back through it. Resistance came back, held it, support, held it, support. This is a massive level now, 45-ish. They've got to hold 45s for that drive back upside if they want to lift and come and attack these guys. They lose 45s, we're coming right back down because that's your midpoint of the range. Think about that. It's right in the mid. So again, it really depends if you want to attack that. Not for me. Microsoft, same kind of story, right? Stop run, coming back down. Has to hold this level here. Fails to hold this level here, you're going to get continued weakness in softy versus 390. So they've got to hold bids at 390 or you get continued weakness. This is the big one, right? This is the big one. This is what's causing all the drama. It's not actually too bad, but I tell you what, we lose 70s and it's a big problem. So what have we just done here? This is a failed breakout, right? Look at the range. We've been in this range for bloody forever, right? There's a failed breakout. We're coming back down into the range. You can see they've got exposure at 80s. They do not want to let it go below 80s. Below 80s, if they attack 70s, all these stops are going to get run. That will probably be a clean break all the way back down to 40s, I would say, if they let go of that. So watch 80s. You can set a price alert for 80s. If they come under 80s, you're watching 70s. If we come under 70s, you can see I've got a price alert there. It's game over for the stock market. Really is. Tesla. This continues to look garbage. I don't know how some of you guys trade this. I mean, I know it gives massive moves, but it's gross. All right, there's your demand block. All right, trade away from it, held, away from it, dip back in, away from it, back to it again. 400's your level, folks. That's your over-under. 400's your level. Simple as that. I don't know how you guys trade that name. All right, we can have a look at some others. Some of these start to catch a bid. You'll know that I'm long in Netflix. All right, they cancelled their offer to buy Warner, and well, these longs, anyone that took these longs with me, I mean, I've notified you for some time. I'm not full size yet, but we got long in here. All right, great move. We're very, very nicely up, almost $20 up now. So I'll be looking now for pullbacks to hold on Netflix for a continuation higher. We are heavily discounted in this name. All right, very, very heavily discounted. And I think we've got a chance of moving way, way back in now. So I'm going to watch this node into 97s. And if we get acceptance through 97s, we're very thin up to 108s. And I'll probably trim a bit up there and then just hold on for the ride. All right, so really nice recovery there. Some of software starting to get bounced with it. We're seeing the same kind of thing over here on Hood. You can see I am long Hood. I did sell a bit into this 87, 88 push. But we're starting to base out now at this level. So maybe a bit of a retracement up. And what else was there? I think we were still waiting to get filled on SoFi. I didn't get a fill on. Let's have a look where we're trading on SoFi quickly. Yeah, maybe I can still get a fill down here if I'm lucky on SoFi. Deep discount would be nice. One panic wash and I'll rebid that. So yeah, some of the swings starting to play now. So congrats to anyone that took some of those with me. They're starting to work out. We're just trying to hang on to those for as long as possible. The hard thing's going to be if the market gets weak. If we start puking out as a market, some of these names will let go pretty quickly. But it's great to see Netflix catch a bid. They way, way oversold that on Netflix. All right, here we go. So almost here, folks. Almost here into the open. Some big buys coming down here at the lows. We've got 20 seconds left. Getting jumpy here. Getting jumpy at the open. Good luck, everyone. You know what I'm looking for. I'm looking to fade this market if possible. Here we go, folks. Let's see if these buyers can come in and get themselves caught. How stupid are they going to be? Or are we actually going to go and recover the whole bloody move? We're about to find out. All right, here's previous weak point of control. If they squeeze through this, they're going to go for the 900s that we've been talking about pre-market. And then we can look for the fade. Anywhere from here up to 900s, I'm looking for buyers to get stuck. Starting to see a little bit of it. They just rejected nicely there. Put a little piece on. Not enough size yet because this is an opening drive, but we are rejecting those 860s to 900s. If we break these lows, there was 131 lot coming at 800. We break these lows, we're going to have some fun. Let's see. Come on. So I'm short up at 60 right now versus previous week point of control. Just a small guy on right now because it's very early in the session. But if we break 800s, this thing's going to let go because we had an 800 lot come, 131 lot coming at the lows before the open. Let's get a bit of volume on here so we can see. Oh, we need to let you need to go. You need to go. You need to go. This guy needs to go. There we go. Right, so let's see if we can get follow through under 800s. Here we go, folks. Testing this guy at 800s. 131 lot buyer at the lows. Once we let go of that, we might be able to have some fun here early morning. Really nice. Come on, get under him. Get under him. Still absorbing that guy. I will cut this right at break even for the start of the day, right up at 60. Just put a little lot on up there. And that drive up, happily cut it there. If they want to go and rinse this up to 900, that's fine. I'll cut it and re-add. If we break 800, I'll think about if there's a way of getting involved for this move down to 730s. Back into this node again. Remember, this was a Globex node here. So right, I'm about to take a stop out here, break even by the looks of it. If I do, then we're going to lift 910s and I'll have another go. Where's 910s? Up somewhere here. All right, so I'm short right now in this guy here versus previous week point control. If we lift that, I'll cut it and I'll be watching for another opportunity here. And I know that there's a big buyer down here. He's very, very aggressive. And once he's out the way, I think we're coming into this. So that's what I'm looking at the moment, folks. You're going to take me out here. Literally tapped me and didn't film me there for my stop. I think it's probably coming. Okay, so I'm stopped out here, break even. Just a little guy, and let's see if we drift 900 all the way up to 930s, and then I'll have another look short there. And if we reclaim that whole thing, then we're going to go 25,000. I will ignore the squeeze, and I'll wait for that short up at 25k. Bookmap's doing the old thing where it stops following price again. Chart settings. Recenter. Last price, there we go. Okay, here's the move to 900s. So here up to maybe 945s if they really want to get gross and go to view up. But somewhere up here, I'll be looking for the same kind of move where buyers get stuck. I'll give you a readout in the mag, by the way. They're all getting absolutely hammered. Oracle 4% down. Tesla 1.12% down. Nvidia 2.15% down. Microsoft 2.19% down. Meta 1.63% down. Google 0.25%. Amazon 0.80%. And Apple 1.20% down. So coming into previous day lows here on ES. Nice rejection there so far at 900s. There was some absorption by sellers up there. So I'm looking at the same thing. If they let back go of 860s, I'm going to be interested. Or if we pop back to 900s and fail. We did just trap a load of buyers over 91s right now. We've got to get back under previous week point control. We do not want to see this pivot and hold this now. If it holds this, then there's more likely to see a drift up. But we just caught a load of buyers over, yeah, sort of 91s, 92s, but we're now absorbing previous week point control. Man, it'd be really nice if they just let this fucking market go. The amount of times we've had to sit here and watch this. 167 lot caught at the high here. Up at 95. Come on, just let it go, man. You're done with it. You guys are so cooked. You're so cooked. Just come out of this range. Please don't bid it back up to the midpoint of the range again for another week in a row. That would be somewhat exhausting. Tell you what, on the weeklies, 25,100 to the level. And downside, 24,695. Please let it go. Really want this short today. We tried it Monday, we tried it Tuesday, we tried it yesterday. Can we have it this day? All right, back into 60s. Here we go. Can they let go of this? Force some follow through. And I tell you what, a big buyer came in at 40s. We get under him. It's pain game. Still absorbing these 60s. They got to let go of previous weak point of control here. We've got to let go of this and come and attack these lows. Please don't do nothing today. Let's not do it. Fucking time decay. Here we go. Back to 60s. Watching this now. Okay, short side now. Let's see if you're going to let go of this now. I'm going to watch 40s here. It's where the big buy came in. So I've got a tiny piece on into 60s. Looking for follow through under 40s. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't absorb it again. Mr. 50 lot. Get out of the way. Get under him. Under 40s, we got room. That's where the big buyer last came in. Here we come. Come on, get out of the way. There's a guy at 50s keeps trying to soak the bid here. Got to be careful. Got to be careful if they want one more squeeze up. I'm playing very small size here, by the way, until I feel like we've got enough caught, and then I'll start to add into the winner. So it's just like small size each time. They're going to drift up to the high again. They're going to force me to take this off again. So they're still bidding. The guy just came in at safe 50s. Very, very tight here. So buyers keep getting stuck over 80s, and there's a bid that keeps stepping in at 50s. Once that bid at 50s gets out of the way, we're going to have a bit of a waterfall, I would think. As long as the guy at 40 is not there, who was there on the way up. And I will add back in if we start to break. Here we go. Starting. Want this buyer to get out the fucking way. He's right here. Here we go. He's out of the way. Right, he's trying to absorb. Let's get through this. Let's get through 40s and start to wash now. Come on. Come on, I'm done with your games. I'm done with your games. Get out my way. Get out my way. Get out my way, mate. Go away. There you go. Fuck off. Right, looking for 25s and 12s now. This guy needs to fuck off. Stop bidding. Stop bidding, mate. You're so done. Get out my way. Relentless. Relentless at these 40s and 50s. I cannot believe this, the absorption down here. Endless money this guy has to do this. I do not want to let it go. Oh, back to the sell point then. Hero buy. Yeah, he'll get himself caught soon. Honestly, he's reloaded so much down there on the tape. Constant bid at 40s and 50s, and just think if we get under him, and he's going to have too much size. The only question is, do they want to lift up into here at the moment? It's possible. We talked about it, didn't we? The low 900s. I will add heavy when we start to break, though. I think it will come. But if we pop back up, it will be a cut and then get back in again. Just trimming around core position. Come on, come back for this guy then. Let's have a look. Surely they don't want to go 25,000 this morning. Please God, can we not go 25,000, 25,100 this morning? It will ruin all possible trades for me. If we're going to go all the way up there, I'm not interested. All right, out of this again. Let this squeeze out again. And if they're going to continuously bid, we've got to let them continuously bid. So orange box next, VWAP, maybe up here. I really don't want to see the market move up here. Remember, this is where I said there is a squeeze from here to here if they want to do it. I will not trade that squeeze. No chance. I'd rather let them drift it. I'd much rather be looking short side. I know you might be like, well, why are you shorting lows of week? Because we have a bad auction at the lows, because we've trapped buyers numerous times this week. I'll just look for the same place short over and over. So lifted to 900s, failed 900 again. Here we go, back into this same level. Maybe a retrigger for the same play here when we're going to, if and when we're going to let it go. I know that there's a buyer caught at 95, all right? We have 167 lot caught up here at 95. So he is still in pain right now. Just need this guy who's relentlessly bidding on current value area, this red line, to just go away. Once he's gone, I think we get a waterfall moment. ES starting to show weakness here. At what price do you enter the short? You can either play versus 95 right now, or you can play for the break under 60s. 60s and 50s, and I'll add under 40s as well, because that's where the buyer came in. So adding again here, it's having another go. So watching this 40s, because that's where the buyer stepped in this morning. And under 40s, I think we've got a chance to get heavy. And under 800, we will really puke. So I'm in this short again now, looking for the same kind of play. Just need this guy that keeps absorbing the tape down here to become a seller, because he's tried numerous times. Once he gets out of position, we can have some fun. He's trying to step in again here at 50s. He does not want to let this go. He knows if he lets go, I wonder if he was the big buyer at 43 earlier. If he lets go and we go under 800, they are in so much trouble. We will go 700s pretty quick, I think. All right, here's the move down again. Here's the 43 lot. Get out my way. Let's go and puke. Let's go. Get out my way, buddy. We want low of day already. Get out my way, bud. Here we go. Come on. I want to get under New York Open. ES, new lower day. Fantastic. Can we get some follow through, NQ, please? Please. 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 Do not do this again. Come on. It's like Groundhog Day every time we come down here the last few sessions. Here we go. Here we go, folks. All right, they're bidding under 800 now. Here we fucking go, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Took a couple of attempts there. Let's go. All right, we're going to clean out 800s, and then we're going to go fucking waterfall. Good night, market. See you later, you bunch of idiots. Get it! Hooah! 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 Just took a couple goes. All right, hold on now, folks. I'm telling you, we let go of this. It's sayonara, market. Sayonara. I want to clean up all the way down here is where I'd like to clean up now. I want to get all the way down here. I want the waterfall. Oh, give it to me. Give it to me. You cannot fuck with me. All right, here we go, baby. Under the 8s. Let's see if we stay heavy under 8s. You can obviously pay yourself a little piece into this. And I'm going to look for 7s. I'm going to look for 7s on follow through. So under 8s for partials, I would like to see 7s on follow through now. Little rebid here. Let's see if they resell it. Again, the buyer's stuck at 43s. Sellers came in before at 20s. We do have news today, don't we? I need to remind myself that. Time's the news coming. 10 o'clock. All right, need to be aware of that. 10 o'clock. All right, right up to where this buyer was. Oh my God, what a squeeze. Up to that 40s. Still got a piece on here. I'm still going to try and position for the move lower. I think this is just a wiggle, but we will see. We're about to find out. If you claim it and go all the way back, market, I will be exhausted with you. This will be day, what, 10 doing the same thing? They do not want to let this go. Fuck me. Mo, if that's you doing it, please go away. If that's you, Mo, can you please piss off? All right, still looking to trade this downside. I still think there's more downside coming. Here we go. We've got to get back under these 800s again. Please, market, fuck off with this nonsense. You're never going to give me a runner anymore. Really? Really? You're not going to once give me a runner in this market anymore, eh? You're just going to be a complete... See you next Tuesday. I don't care about the sweep of the fucking low. It's an internal low. I'm looking to take out the failed auction, the shitty auction that they put out on Tuesday and Friday. I couldn't give a fuck about the ICT bollocks. All right? I'm looking to trade real liquidity here. If they want to run it up and go for 25,000, I still think we're coming back for that low. I said it Monday, I said it Friday, I said it Tuesday, I said it Wednesday, I said it yesterday. Said it yesterday. I'm looking to trade down into the lows that we put on Tuesday and Friday last week. They are bad auctions right now. So if they want to squeeze this back up, I'm going to let them squeeze it back up for 25,000 and I'll have another go at 25,000. If they're going to be stupid with this, and I'll let them be stupid with it. What's caught a bid? Google catching a bid. Wow. Is there news on that? That's a strong bid on Goog. Really strong bid on Goog. Woken the market up, is it? So Chicago PMI came in cooler. Of course it did. Bollocks. Did it. Let me just make numbers up here. Ah, oh, no runner for me again. Day 68, trading in the NQ market in 2026. No runners. All right, right back to the top side. They're fading this top side again. Seriously, you might as well let it through to 25,000. This is gross. Gross. They might as well let it through up here if they're going to do all that again. If they're going to do nonsense. ES so weak by comparison here. It's just Goog. Goog caught a bid out of nowhere and it's already fading it back. Am I in any positions? No, obviously not. Well, the moment we squeeze up, I take it off. I try and hold the runner and I take it off BE. I will still look for a short. See if they can lift this now. And like I said, I'm not going to play the squeeze. They can fucking squeeze it all they want. This market is cooked. There's no way I'm playing a squeeze back up. Look at the hourly, man. There's no way I'm playing this. They're just being arseholes. This, there's no way. Look above and fail. Look above and fail. Fade back in. Two-leg sell. They're just trying to protect this. Eventually, this thing is night-night. I don't care. It's gone, man. They're just saving it for nothing. I don't think we defend this range like much more. It's just getting ridiculous at this point. How many times are you going to defend this down here and get away with it? Not many. Not many. They've built out so much liquidity down here. When it's done, it's done. It just depends if they're going to do it today. Okay, so here we go. So this is the squeeze trigger now. They can lift this up to 25,020s, like I said, pre-market. I will not be playing the squeeze if they do it. I think if they don't fade this at sort of where we are now, VWAP, then there's potentially a lift to 25,020s or 25,000. I won't be playing that long. I'll be looking to fade it up there. If we get through that level, I will not be looking to do anything with this market because then we just go into a complete chop fest again. And that's the last thing I want to do on a Friday is play chop fest. No, thank you very much. Okay, so here's the squeeze. So they're coming for that Globex level. Where did we pivot at Globex? 60s? Failed sort of 60s. Oh. Man, what is Goog doing? Hang on, give me a second, folks. Why is that caught a bid? Wow. Wow, it's the only one. Oh, it's just gamma. It's fucking options dealers on a Friday. That's all it is. All right, so if you want to play a squeeze, these are your levels to squeeze off. If you start holding 900s, there's a potential drift up to 25,000. Like I said, I will definitely not be playing that today. Are they trying to close the QQQ gap? They'd have to do a pretty good job, wouldn't they, to get up to 609s? I don't think they'll get it. If we fade this, it's going to be the same play back down. So right now, buyers are going to need to hold 900. They lose 900, they're in big trouble. I cannot believe the amount of times they've saved those 8s. It's crazy to me. It's a matter of time. All right, I'm watching this again now. If we start to lose the bid here, I'm going to watch this for the fade back down after that squeeze out. I don't care what he does alongside today. I'll be looking to fade every time they trap themselves because I think we have moves downside in this market coming. It's just the question. The only question I have is, are they going to do it today or are they going to fucking save it and do something horrible on Sunday or Monday, which is possible. They love doing it when no one's at the desk. Starting to fail VWAP here. They need to squeeze through VWAP here if you're a bull. Otherwise, you might get yourself caught here. If they squeeze, you're going 25,000s. If they lose these 900 bids, where was that bid coming? Certainly at 95, you're going to collapse this whole thing back inside again. So there's VWAP. They're coming up to Globex, which was 50s and 60s, that pivot low on Globex. Man, it's impressive that they can keep saving this. How many times can you save the edge of a range? How many times have we been down here now? We've held, we have dunked under it, but the 5th, so since the start of the month, were we here last month? Yes. And November. They just keep absorbing. They know if they lose 8s and we lose 7s and we take out those weeklies, the next level is quite literally the 24,200, and you lose that on a daily, a weekly, a monthly, and it's cascade time. It's quite literally cascade time. All right, we're starting to fade under 900s again. This is getting very interesting here. If they start losing a bid, I will have another go at this short. They're seeing absorption right now from sellers into 25s. I'm so interested in slamming this right now, I'm going to be honest, but one more peek out would be ideal. Yeah, ES is looking better. It is looking better. So ES, you just, like all the time, they keep fading. What's that, previous day or previous week low? I'm trying to see. 70s. It's back under New York Open on it. We're going to puke. I'm telling you guys, we're going to puke. It's a matter of time. It's either today, they really want to save it, pump it to 25,000. Maybe it's this afternoon. If not, it's probably Sunday, Monday. It's probably a fucking huge gap down. Here we go. All right, I'm going to have one more go at this then. Here we go. We're starting to lose bids here. So I'm short again here. And I will add again size if we start closing heavy under 50s and 60s. Remember, that's where the guy kept trying to absorb it this morning. So we still can't get a close over 95, which is where that 167 lot buyer got himself caught. Let me just see where we sold aggressively. We're starting to sell now aggressively. Where did we sell aggressively earlier? 60s. We got to get closes under 60s. We get much better for closes under 60s for ads. So I'm light size until we get big closes under 60s. Because they can still go 25,000. Here's a retest of 900s. If they reclaim this, again, not interested. Same kind of story. Nice rejection there. Buyers getting caught there again. Here's the closes. All right, here we go. Adding into this now. Here we go, folks. We need to get under these 60s now. Added size on that last pop-up. Need to get a close under 60s, under previous day low. Need to start getting aggressive now. We need to start getting aggressive under 60s now for me to like sit in this comfortably. It's amazing how many times they're going to save this. We've got news as well, top of the hour. I need to be aware of. Come on, guys, get out of the way. I honestly want to slam this under 800s. Still defending in front of 60s. Once that goes, we're in. But still trying to absorb a higher low here in this grey box. It's just look how tight it's all getting here. It looks so messy. Right, short still at the moment versus 910. I want to close under 60s, and I'll think about adding with big size. So I shorted back on the pop to 904, 905s. I want to close under 60s, and I'll think about adding. Here's 60s test. Why 60s am I saying? Because it's previous day low, and it's a huge, huge area where sellers keep trying to sell aggressively. Once we get under that, those aggressive sellers are in the money. Come on. We're almost there. Come on. Just flush it. Just flush it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, waterfall. Here we go. Starting to add now. Come on. I need a waterfall. Don't absorb it again, for fuck's sake. Get out of my way. It's coming. Watching 68 here. It's where they just resold. Need to stay heavy under 68. Really don't want to reclaim of that because we can squeeze back up to 96 if they do that. Really want them to protect this sort of 68-ish here. I have just added down there, trying to be aggressive for the flush. Because I've got a bit more conviction today that we're going to go and get aggressive. Here we go. Nice. Nice. We're in. Let's go. Let it go now. You guys are out of position. You got to let it go now. Stop fucking around with Alex today, please. Please stop pissing about. It's Friday. I would like a nice early win and big win, ideally, and a nice cold beer. Please stop holding this level up. I've got to trim some size here because I got aggressive. Got to trim my core. Right, still going to risk 905s. I've trimmed my size right down because we didn't get under that level, and I added. And I need to see them protect sort of 905, 910. Who's saving this? Google, fuck off. VIX needs to get going as well. Oh my God. You don't make me take a break even on this. Please. News coming here in 3 minutes. We might get a move on the news. It's going to be dirty because I'm obviously not going to hold for that if I'm out of position. Trading right around my core here because I added. So sort of 84 is my average right now because I added into the winner. Come on. Here we go. They're still getting aggressive. Someone's still trying to absorb here. Look at this big seller. He's still being absorbed on the tape. How much buying power have you guys got to fucking keep doing this? Go away. You've been doing this for 3 weeks. Back to my average. I'm trimming more off here. We'll add back on size, but we're trading around my core and not letting go. I've got to be careful. Have to be careful. I will stay in the trade all the time we're under sort of 905s, 907, but I've trimmed my size right down to worthless money now, basically. No, I'm not long. I'm looking for the short continuation. And I've said all day, there's no way I'm playing this long. I don't care if it's squeezed to 25,000. I'm not playing this long. It's too dangerous. This thing should go and clean up the lows at 700 today. So I'm going to position for that. Still seeing absorption here in front of 60s. I want to be careful because if we don't get the flush soon, there is potential for a squeeze because shorts keep coming in here and being absorbed non-stop, being absorbed down here. And it will get nasty if they don't get their way soon. Please. Still absorbing. Man, it's incredible. It's actually incredible that these guys have got that much balls. All right, stopped out here on that drive up. Another flat trade on that. I will still look for the same trade. Don't mind getting in reshort again. Nice rejection of 9s. Buyer's still stuck at 95s and over right now. Oh, I'm going to have to fucking put something on this again in case we go. I want to see us fade 75, 70 to 80s here if I'm going to put something on. Oh, they got caught. Fucking hell, this guy's relentless. This guy in here is fucking relentless at absorbing the tape. I'm telling you. I can show you him on Bookmap. It is non-stop. Here's the shift. So they're going to go for the screen. Look at all this. All of this in here, non-stop, all day, being absorbed by this player. He does not want it under. He absolutely knows. We move under that, it's game over. It's pretty impressive, man. It's pretty impressive that he can have that much size and control it this way. Right back up to the same call level up here. They're going to have to get through this for the squeeze to 25,000. This is the same play as earlier. I will not be playing the long. I don't care how high up it goes. I'm not interested in the long. I have zero interest in that long. I will be looking for the short all day today, hoping at some point they exhaust themselves out and that this buyer who's been on the tape gives up the bid. Maybe he never gives up the bid today and they save it all day and Alex doesn't get a play again. We just go right back to 25,000, 25,100 and do nothing until next week. I really hope that's not the case, but it has potential to do it. But like I said to my team in Discord, I won't be doing that. Playing the short blew your account means you don't have risk management and you're oversized. It hasn't moved enough to blow your account. It means you're oversized. It's quite simply what it means. If you've blown your account on a move that small, you're way, way, way oversized. All right, into this Globex level, the 60s. Now we're seeing sellers absorb up here. ES coming into that previous day low and VWAP. And do they fail up here now? If they reclaim this, they can go 25,000. If we sell this back down, we're going to come right back for the lows and it's going to be the same trade I'm looking for again. I'm not going to have too many more goes at it. We're through the news now. Here's the 910 check. If they lose this, they're going to check 95s. They're bidding at 910s now. They're trying to absorb the 910s. The same guy from earlier is desperately trying to absorb 910s to force a squeeze out here. If he loses, we might come right back down to 96s pretty clean. Absorbing 910s now. 50 lot there now, hold him. Nothing underneath, by the way. He's left all his bids underneath. There we go. Back under 910s. I will be looking for the same short if we start losing the bid here. It's been the same story over and over and over again today. Protecting Globex. Here we go. Back into the 90s then. If we lose this, I'm back in short. If we lose all these, I'm back in short and I'm going to look for the trade down. I think it's just one guy holding the bid up and once he's out of the way, I think the market's cooked. Can I tell you who the guy is? It'd be a fund or a market maker or someone who knows that they've got a huge net long position underneath the swing lows on the daily, and if they can't get the price up high enough to get out of some of that core position, that they're going to get absolutely fucked. That's exactly what it's going to be. How much cash do I think that guy has? Billions. Working for a firm with billions. He's literally non-stop absorbed at 60 all day, right? All day. There, they held the 10s again. So they're trying to force this squeeze up to here, which is, it's going to make my life very hard if they are adamant on doing this. Because if they want to come all the way up here to burn the options, it's going to make it very hard to then re-enter a short there. But I will have a go at it if they're going to lift it up there. We'll absolutely have a go at it if they're going to lift it up there. We're right into that pivot of Globex now. That pivot was at, 56s. So we're now doing a W pattern on the hourly. And if they want to lift this now, because we won't let go, all right, because of that SNR level at 873s, because they won't let go of this, they can now afford to drift it all the way up to 25,000, which is very, very frustrating. This is yet another day of them holding this. So here we go. Sorry, on a 5 minute. All right, they're now holding this. If they want to come up to there, they can. I will be looking for a short from there back down again. I'm not going to play this squeeze up. I said it pre-market. I said it in Discord. I don't care. It's way, way, way too risky in my mind. Way, way, way too risky to play this squeeze up. But it's there for you. I told you pre-market. Oh, if they hold 9s, there's a move to 25,000. No, I'm not. You guys asking like, can't you guys can be long. I've told you I'm not going to be long. I've told you I'm going to stick for the pro trend. I do not want to be long. I don't care what it does to the long side. I'm going to look for the shorts today. I've said that all morning long. I'm not changing my bias. Every time I see failures, I'm going to look for the short. If it doesn't give me that opportunity, that's fine. Yeah, so Jack's long. Like I said, we talked about this pre-market. If they get through this, there's a squeeze up here possible. It's not like we didn't talk about it. It's just not a trade I want to take. Like I say to you every day on stream, just because I don't want to trade something doesn't mean you can't trade it, all right? I'm going to be focused on what I think is an A-plus scenario, which will be buyers trapped, pro trend down, clean up the lows. Your setup's clear, you're long. There you go. Like we've reclaimed. There's a squeeze up here. It's very, very possible we come up here at this point. It's absolutely possible we come up here at this point. In fact, beyond possible, it's probable at this point that we come up there. ES into VWAP. 85s is your level on SPY. 608 is your level on QQQ. If they're going to do that lift and burn the options, 608 is the level. I don't use deeper charts, so I can't tell you. You're almost there, man. You're only like, you're one swipe away from 25,000, aren't you? Really? Think about it. You're one swipe away from previous day point of control and this 0 DTE level. One big swipe will do it. And they're up there. The sellers are up there. They're all there, stacked from 75 all the way up to 25,025. So those of you who are long, you look like you'll probably go and fill these orders now. You look good for it. And I will wait patiently for what happens once we get up there. All right, big buy just come in here at 70s. You're almost there, folks. You must TP out of this long when you get up here, or at least take a big chunk, because I would find it somewhat very unlikely that you trade through and get over this grey box or hold over this grey box. I find it very unlikely. We are right into yesterday's value now, which is exactly what I did not want to see happen today. It's what we've done all week, right? We trade under, reclaim, up, fail over, fail under, down. Wash, 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 because they can't make their mind up for follow through. I don't know why they can't, but they can't. Netflix still 8% up. It's great. All right, some failures into 80s there. It's not done enough yet for me to want to get short yet, but we'll see. There's still orders up there looking to get filled by the looks of it. Really, market. at this point, what I'd like to see is something like this. Right, and ideally a little shelf here and thin. Oh, it's got to come further up though. And then I'll trade it back down to here, and I'll look for this whole thing to be collapsed down again. That's why I'm ignoring this. I think this will be the trap if we get up there that they're selling to. This move's wishy-washy. It's just a squeeze. It's a squeeze. Right? Look at higher time frame. Why don't I want to play the long? Right? Why do I think the long can happen? Why don't I want to play it? Because we're in a sell. Right? We're in a sell. We're in a sell. This is a pullback. I expect this to be sold into. If we reclaim this, I'm not touching it. This isn't like me talking on the fly. I talked about it pre-market. If we reclaim this, I'm not touching it because we're going right back into this shitty range that we did last night. If they squeeze over this, they come back up for here, which would be awful. If we do that move, I don't know what this market wants to do for next week other than the same thing again. Really don't want to see it do this move. I mean, you guys might want to see it for your bullish plays today, but in terms of what we set up for next week, if we do this, all that means is we do this for longer and longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. Should be not very fun. All right, you're almost there, guys. So you're looking for 25, basically 995, 25,015, 25,020 on this squeeze. And you must be paying yourself into that. And I'll be looking to sell it once it's peaked out. Maybe we come previous week value area high. We'll see. We will see. All right, so you're almost at point of control there from previous day. Got to pay yourself there, folks. Into these kind of levels, you have to pay yourself. So almost there into the 25s, right into 25,000, but I'm talking about 25,000 and 25, somewhere up there. And we will start to get a bit nasty up there both directions, I would say, while they reposition themselves. Yeah, I wouldn't take a short straight into a level. You're going to need to see buyers come in and be trapped. Personally, that's why I said we'd want to see like a buyers get trapped and then we can play the play right back down because I think this is a squeeze out, but we'll see. But what we're going to have to do now because of the build is if it does this, something like this, we're going to have to respect this guy here. So we're going to have to take partials into this and then still hold for this move if they really want to do it today. Still looking for that same move. All right, piquing my interest here. So I've got to zoom in and just watch this for a minute. Yeah, I'm still using previous week value areas and I'm still using current week value areas, developing week profile. So the gray box is actually lines up. So we've got overlapping areas. So the gray box is the big node from the developing week, right? And the pink line is your developing week point of control. And this is previous day point of control. And the previous week value area high is just above. So we know in here, all of previous week and all of current week, this is the big level, all right? So this is why I don't expect us to trade through this. I expect us to reject that. If we trade through it, like I said, I have no interest in trading this market today. I'm, to be honest, going to lose interest in trading it next week as well if we trade through it. A buyer coming in there and getting himself caught at 80s. They've got to come and clear out. It's not a good auction at the high. They have to come and clear out. How do I know when they're going to be trapped? Because I'll see big aggressive delta caught one side without us moving higher. I cannot believe, well, I can believe they've done it. I just can't believe on a Friday we still don't get follow through. But the day is young. We're not even an hour in yet. Starting to see this buyer up here at 80 get caught. This buyer up here at 80 starting to get caught here. I really want them to put a better high in than this before we reverse. This is going to be it. It's going to be hard to trade. We need a better high than that, really. Nice rejection, lower time frame algo. ES is coming into previous day low, and VWAP, if it loses out on ES, this can start letting go of the whole thing. Fuck me. You're not going to give me the opportunity, are you? Watching the buyer at 80. All right, there was a buyer at 80 or 79, I think, that got stuck. I don't like the high yet of day. I don't like the high of day yet, but we'll see. If we come up here and start rejecting 80, I'll think about the short. I'd much rather we made a new high, cleaned out, and then thought about the short, just because I don't think there's enough excess at this high. But on the 5 minute, it's looking pretty good, to be honest. But 80 is the level. If we're rejecting under 80, I'm going to think short side. If we clear 80 out, then I think new high of day, and we can look into this grey box. Tempted to get a piece on here because you're starting to see follow through from these sellers. Just need one more pop up to just to see if these buyers are then done. Okay, small piece on here just in case. It's like basically no size, just as feeler, so I can feel out this market. If we fail here, we're going straight back down into this node here at 24s. So I've got feeler on for this move down into 24s. Or value area high. I guess 40s can respect 40s and then 24s ideally. It's just a feeler, folks. It's just a feeler. Still don't like really love the auction at the highs, but definitely buyers caught over 80s or at 80s, 79 technically. Right, is there a seller going to actually step in and wash this down? So we're holding value area high from the current session here, just in front of it. This node here still holding. I think we're close, folks. I think we're close. We're very close. Don't want to add until we start losing pivots. Back under VWAP would be good. Really wouldn't mind a retest of 80 and a sell. Just so I can see it. Or even a clear out. I don't even mind taking like a loss here and a clear out and it putting a better high in. Also, I'm okay with that. Initial balance, what, 13 minutes away? Still just a feeler on here. It's starting to look better though, right? It's starting to look better. We've left the buyer trapped up here. Right, we've left the buyer trapped up here. This is the kind of thing we want to see for a backside rotation. If we let go of value, we're going to trade all the way back down to the other side of value. ES into a pivot here, very, very key. If we start letting go here, it could be waterfall moments if they're done with it. Here we go. All right, into VWAP. Let's see if we start fading under this. I will add if we start getting heavy under 900s again. Okay, so I've just got a feeler on. If we start getting heavy under 900s and every pop starts to fail, I'm going to start trying to add for that full rotation. Same plan as earlier, folks. It's like exactly the same plan. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So we just had to be patient for that move towards 25,000 by the looks of it. So this orange level is key level. We can see this node here. We can make this grey so you guys who are regulars recognize it. It was just from pre-market, so I did it as orange because I see Globex as orange in my head for some reason. It's just what I see. We can make these grey now. Okay, and I'm still going to look to fade this. I'm not changing my mind. I don't care. I'm looking to fade this market today. Am I short? Yes, I'm short, but small size. Remember, I said just small size. I want to add. So I'm going to need to either see this pop up and fail or get stuck under here and fail down. I don't care which. Ideally, we see sort of a pop up, a drive back into some of these levels. Buyers get stuck and fail. All right. And then maybe we get this. All right. If they reclaim this, all right, and hold up here, I'll just take this first little piece off because it's only a tiny, tiny size. It's like a feeler. It's one little guy just so I can feel out this market. So I've got a good eye on it, what's going on. So right now they're protecting value area high. So we're going to come back to where this trap buyer is probably. If we fail that, then there's a resell opportunity, right? So the trap buyer is at 79. You can just call it 80. So all the time we're under him, he is stuck, right? So this could be the end of this auction if we start rotating. If this starts creating like a bear flag and a right shoulder and we start failing up here and then we get under here, this can happen. If they keep absorbing this, that won't happen. But so far it's looking all right. So there's the move towards that 80. This is key now, how we act. If we reclaim it, it will probably be a new high. This is the level where he's stuck, right? This is literally the level he's stuck. If we reclaim this, it would be a new high. They are trying to get up here, but you can see this red block where that buyer was stuck, starting to hold up a little bit. It doesn't mean they can't squeeze through it, but so far, nice rejection up into that's what we want to see. Can we see follow through now to the downside is the question. If they get over 80, it's a straight cut for me. Remember, it's just a feeler on this at the moment. If they get over 80, I would imagine we go new high of day and probably go 25,025. A good rejection of 80, that red box. All right, let's see if we can get follow through now. Maybe I'm biased to the short side and the market will go up. No, like I said, if the market goes up against me, I'm not going to play a loser, right? I have my thesis, right? We are in a sell. This trapped, this is a pullback. I expect them to sell this, all right? So if we didn't sell this today, I expect them to sell this today. If they don't sell this and they reclaim, like I said, there'll be no sell and I won't be long. I'll just leave it alone. And I'm sticking to my plan. It's not like a bias. I think the market will want to do what I'm saying. But if I'm wrong, that's okay. I just don't play it. What I'm not going to do is start flip-flopping on biases. I was very clear. If you go back to 9:15, I was very clear. If we reclaim 900s, there's a squeeze to 25,000. I think I even put it in Discord, right? And I said I'm not going to trade it. Right, let me see. Still rejecting this buyer up here. Okay, here you go, folks. Reclaim 900, possible squeeze back to 25k. All right. We'll be looking to reject that as well. All right. So the squeeze is there if you want. I will be staying short side focused. Right. This was planned out pre-market. All right. I'm sticking to my plan. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm staying focused on what I'm looking for. And if it doesn't give me what I'm looking for, that's okay. That's also absolutely fine, right? All right, that's all it is. I'm not happy to be wrong, but if I'm wrong, that's part of trading, right? If the market decides, hey, we're reclaiming 25,000, 25,000, 25, we're not going lower, everyone can piss off. We will look at it next week. Like I said to you guys, I'm happy to get off the session and have a beer, right? That's all it is. I'm just sticking to my analysis. If I'm wrong, it's a Friday, we have a beer. That's it. That's all it is. But I've tried to explain the trade so that if you guys wanted to play long, like I can't remember his name, was it Jack or John? Someone was playing long from, was it 900s or somewhere for the move up to 25,000? It's a valid trade, guys. It's absolutely valid. Flow zones have reclaimed. You're above VWAPs. There's a good reason for it right now to come and get into here. It's where it's trying to get. Right now, you've got a buyer stuck here, and they keep unloading on this buyer. If you get above this buyer, then it's probably going to come up to here, right? And my stop's at this buyer, basically. A reclaim of 79.80s, I'll be out. And I'll look for the same play up into here, the same exact play, and then if they reclaim, they reclaim. It's okay. Plan the trade, trade the plan. That's it. That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah, that's. I say see you next Tuesday instead. It is a commonly used word in for us Brits, and the same for the Aussies. But I know it's very much hated over here. I remember the first time I said it when I moved to America 6 years ago. The shock. All right, I'm out of this now. The shock on people's faces. All right, here's the clear out. 25,000. They might go 25,000, 20, 25,000, 25. This area needs to reject. I tell you what, someone talked about the gap fill. It's starting to look more and more likely right now. It's starting to look more and more likely right now. Good. That's a better excess up there, I'll tell you. That's much better excess on what we just saw. All right, and we can still think about that trap buyer at 80s. That's much better excess on that last drive, folks. Much, much, much better excess. So I'm still thinking about the same thing here. Oh, my God. Are we going to get it? Are we going to get it versus that 80 lot now? This is... Oh, here we go. That's the excess. Okay. Little guy on here again. Going to have the same go. So they cleared out. That's much better excess on that high. See this? Much better. That's what you want to see at an auction high. This is much better. So in short side again now, looking for the same move. I will respect sort of 40s, 50s, 60s now. '40s, 50s, 60s. And if we let go of that, then we can have some fun. Yeah, he added on that last wick. Again, look, right? He added. Right, and that last drive he added. So he's been stuck here. Look at this outlying delta, right? Buying, and it's all buying above. This is good excess. That's what you want to see. That's a good sign of potentially an end of auction. That's exactly what we want to see. Much better. Okay, I'm trimming a little piece here into 50s because we're at value area high. I know we're not on your one, but on NinjaTrader we are. So I'm trying to respect it. Trimming a little bit. Make sure I'm paying myself. And we want all pops to fail now. And again, it's the same thing, right? If we get over 80s, potentially a new high, but we want all pops to fail now. Alex, do we know if the market wants to move to liquidity or trap traders and use their pain? Well, that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to use this trap trader at 80 and use his pain to move lower. But I tell you what, the guy who's been buying all day, I'd say that the big levels for the buyers right now, above us is 80, but they can support the bid at 30, and at 900, it's actually just under 900 at 96. Sellers right now are caught under 70. So sellers are caught under, what's that? Oh, I can't read. My eyesight is so bad. 870. All right, so 870 down here, where I was trying to short and stopped out. All right. This is where sellers are currently piled in and caught. All right, so over that, they're buying it up. A buyer is caught here, and in each of these levels, we have bid support. So if we get down into here, we better be covering some because that's where shorts will probably get out. If we get under that, we get more fun. But it's looking more and more like we're going to just be pinned around here at the moment based on what they're doing. Look at Amazon's now gone green. They're just trying to lift and lift and lift and lift. How are we doing on Netflix still? Just check my swing account 1 second, folks. I saw you got fucked on earnings just as I was nicely up on it. Sod's law. Yeah, basically flat on that now. So still up on Meta, still up on Robinhood, still up on Oracle. Now up on Netflix nicely. AMD still up nicely on Apple, still up nicely on account, still growing nicely. Okay, back to this same level. If we get back through 80, it would be a cut for me again. But I did pay myself this time, so finally locking in some money on the day. If you're short now, what would be your take profit? Well, we need to leave volume, really. I'm out of this again now, because now I think they're going to come for this now. Oh, how many more goes am I allowed? Probably got one more go at this and then done. Probably got one more go at this and then done. I'm surprised by the bid strength. It's really impressive. Really impressive. Rejecting that 80s again. Oh my God, you wicked me out. You just wicked me out. Seriously, guys. Seriously, guys. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's a repeat of every day for the last 3 weeks that Alex gets wicked out and then they do it? Yeah, but the delta divergence is not in your favor, right? Where we made a new high and failed to make a new high on delta, right, on NQ means there's passive selling up here. Right? We've got passive selling up here. I don't think that's positive delta divergence. I think it's the other way. If you look at delta, we never made a new high here. That means there's passive selling up here, right? So you've got aggressive buying, not moving higher. That's not positive for bulls. That's the other way around. Take a pee break. I'll go and get a reload of a coffee and then it will happen. All right, I'm going to watch this again. We're still rejecting red box. It just wicked me out again. But I just wonder now, do they want one more clear out? Because they're stacking orders. If you look on the book map above me, 25,000, 25,000, 25 is still stacked. They might want to come and swipe those out first. I'm going to have one more shot at this when it's ready. And that's going to be my last one for the day. And so hopefully it's a big green one. If we look where we're coming into, it's a very thick level. All right, look how thick we are here. Very thick level from this week. And it was a big level from the previous week as well. It's a huge level here. If we get back through here, ice cold beer time. Ice cold beer time. When they're ready, it's going to be nasty. Looks ready. We're into these 50s again. If we're going to start letting go now, yep, we are. One more absorption here at 50s. Just want to see if this guy lets go and I'll think about it. This might be last go of the day if I have a go. 60s now heavy by the looks of it. They've got a node there. Where to enter, where to enter, where to enter. I really want to play the breakdown. Really want to play a pop-up. Starting to let go of 50s here. They're going to swipe all these stops down to low 40s. Oh, there you go. There's the swipe. Right, so what happens now is really, really important. Do we reject 62s now? If we reject 62s now, sort of in here, then I think we might look better for a backside. We just swiped internals. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to draw it for you. We just swiped internals. If we reject 62s, I think it's coming. Oh, it's not going to let me in yet. Don't move without me. Don't you fucking dare move without me. Don't you move without me, you bastard. Come back up. Come back up. Come back up. Right up, right up, right up. Keep going. I need 50s or 60s here. Get back up. Got to have something to risk off. Can't chase down here. Get your ass back up for me. Come on. Get up. Please get up. More. More. 50s and 60s. I've got to see how we react up there. Come on. I want to see if, I'm not short yet, guys. I want to see if buyers come on here and get sold into passively. Because if we reclaim, then it's going to probably be new highs after trading this edge again. But I'm waiting to see how we react into this node right now. If we reclaim it, we're going to go new highs. So here's the node. Are they going to force the squeeze? Looks like it. They're reclaiming this node. No short yet because they're still reclaiming the node. A little bit of a rebalance here. Rejecting that node now. Moving under that node now. Next move to move under is 50 and I'm interested. Interested now. Need these sellers to be aggressive here and I'll start joining. Here they come. All right. Small piece on and I'll add if we start to get heavy. And I really haven't got many more shots left. It's probably last shot, really. I don't mind taking one more break even and waiting for a clear out, and I'll have one shot if there's a clear out. Other than that, no more. I'll take that break even, aren't I? Yep, out. Great. Great. This is why I'm trading tiny size until it's ready. ES just went VWAP to VWAP as well. Oh, man. Okay, you know what time it is? Coffee time. Come back. Fresh. See if I can have one more go after a clear out. One more attempt at that, and then that'll be it. No more attempts for me on the day. Be right back. Right, letting the kettle boil. Still no move. No move. It's coming. It's coming. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. Just is it today? Initial balance now set as well. Oh, what a frustrating day. Just want one really good beauty. What's coming? I think a big rejection, a big fail in the market's coming. I think it's a matter of time. I don't think they can keep saving it, but I'm really surprised they wanted to save that today. Thought today was the day, maybe next week. So the danger is up here. Why I don't want to trade up here is if we start basing up here, right, higher time frame, my thesis then is failed, right? If we reclaim this is the opportunity to trade back for this back test. So the same way we did a breakout pullback is like a breakdown pullback, and we will just trade between these blocks. And I really don't want to trade in a low volume area between these blocks. So we'll see. Oh, I just rejected IB there. How has it not cleared that out? Okay, I've got to zoom in here. My coffee's just boiled. I'm going to be right back. And it's getting close. We want to clear out that high now. We need to clear out this high, and we need 520s now. If it goes through, if you're still long, if you were just bidding down here, fair play. It's a risky bid for me. 520s is your level, point of control everywhere in here. If they squeeze through this, your gap fill is up at previous day value area high. That would be a full rotation again. I mean, I just want you to like understand what I'm talking about here. It would be a protection of the weekly low and a move back up to the weekly high in one morning session again. It's pretty insane, the rotation going on right now. If you understand, not just bull side, like both sides, it's pretty insane the size of the rotations without fixing the auctions. It's really impressive. Yeah, but VIX has got a big level at 20, mate. So if you're watching VIX, the big levels at 20, if they rebid VIX at 20, the big levels at 20, if they rebid VIX at 20, it can cause a spike on VIX. All the orders around 80. Well, depends if the buyers come in and clean out. Remember, so we've got the big lots around 80, right? If we can keep holding bids above that, then there's a chance for a new high and a clear out. If we keep failing up here, I mean, this is looking really bad now. You don't want this to look like this, really. Honestly, you'd rather it does this now for the short. You'd much rather it comes and cleans all that out. It's going to make it very hard if they don't do that. But they've made stuff very hard all week. They've enjoyed making it hard. Oh. So I'm going to have one more shot short somewhere up here. Somewhere up here. I'll have one more shot. And then under here will be the waterfall. Please don't do it here, for fuck's sake. I'm not going to trade this area again. I've had a few attempts at the follow through here. I'm not going to trade that. I'm going to wait. Let it go. Have I become a citizen? No. I've got a green card, but I'm not I don't have a passport. Is that what you say? I do have a green card. Is that citizen? Does that count? I don't know what counts. I know I'm running out of bullets, mate. That's what I said. I got one more. Really? I'm not going to trade this area again. Really? If they let this go, it's just so nasty. I want to see this bid up at this point and clear everything out. Permanent resident. There you go. So not a citizen. I haven't looked at the FTSE. I'll have a look in a minute for you. I know the rest of the world's bidding up really well. It's actually US lagging behind, but it's because stuff in the US is not going so well. Yeah, I'm not going to become a US citizen anyway. I'm never going to become that. I'm more likely to become a Italian citizen, which is in my blood. I will go for my passport. I started the process last year and then just slowed it down. I will go and get my Italian passport so that if I want to move back to Europe, I can do it without all the hoops that you now need to jump through being from the UK. No, I don't blame you, mate. Can I explain the initial balance trade? Yeah, well, right now we're in a range, so that's your IB high. There's your IB low. All right, you have two setups here. You have a clear out of IB high, failed auction, and a rotation back down to the VWAP and midpoint. And if it really wants to fail here, the other auction would be a sustained bid, which would be very unlikely today, above here, and a trend up day. All right, and we could think about targets based on that sustained bid. Would be right the way up into here. All right, would be 25,100s. We wouldn't really want to see that today, but well, I wouldn't want to see that. I mean, in fairness, many of you are long. You might very well want to see that. I'm going to just take this off and clean it up a bit. Right, so we want to see this cleared out now at this point. We want to see a failed break above the initial balance. It's the only thing left I would be interested in here. You're a US and Italian citizen. They changed the law in Italy. Hopefully you still qualify. I'm not a lawyer. Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, I still qualify. My dad is Italian and lives in Italy, so it's my birthright. It is my right. He lives in Rome, so it's my right. Okay, there's the clear out. There's 25,000. We'd like a little bit more. There's a guy up above that. We wouldn't mind a little bit more here. A little bit more of a squeeze would be good, but they did just clear out that high. But a little bit higher would be good. Why LA? It's so expensive. I know. Tell me about it. My wife has a job here. That's the only reason. We moved here for a job that she took. It wasn't my choice, mate. It wasn't my choice. There's no trade back down yet, folks. We're still bidding up. But we have cleared out. There was a buyer at 25,000. You can see it right here. What was his size? 201 lot. We're now above him. We can see them stacking at 25. So we might come right away into 25s. Almost there. That was a seller at the high there, which is not what you want to see. That's not what you want to see. You want to see a new high now. We don't want to see a seller at the high of day. It's not what we want to see. You actually just want to see this squeeze further out now. This is if they sell from here, this will be like the auction at the low that I was looking to repair. We should come and clear out this guy at 25,005. We don't want to see a seller at high of day. That's not what we want to see. So we're into current week point of control. This is fair value for the week. Technically, this is where we've traded sideways and traded the most volume all week is where we are right now, that pink line above you. If we get through there, there's an argument that we can come up to previous week value area high, previous day value area high, and gap fill, which it looks like it's determined to do today, which will be a no trade zone for Alex. It will mean I will not touch a bloody thing. They're still trying to aggressively sell this. These shorts are going to get themselves caught. They're still trying to sell the highs here. They will get themselves caught if they keep trying to do this now. They're going to ruin the possible setup I was looking for. VIX is into that 20s. What a shame. What a shame. What a rubbish day for me to be waiting for the same trade again. It's been the same since last Friday, I think now. I've been looking for this same trade, and they just won't give it to me. They do not want to show follow through. How's my trading day been so far? Pretty shite. Pretty shite. Okay, back down to IB. I will watch this just in case. I will watch this just in case. I don't like that auction at the high, though. It's a seller at the high. I really don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing this. I want that to be a buyer, not an aggressive seller. But we'll see, folks. Missed the long? Yeah, well, I chose purposefully not to trade the long and wait for the short. I might be waiting another week or two. It might be that we never repair those lows. I tell you what, if we start reclaiming 25,010, I'm going to have to change my thesis again and think, okay, well, sellers can't repair lows. We're in a market where they can't repair lows. Okay, right at the initial balance, sellers keep coming up here and in this last 1 minute candle and not getting follow through underneath 25,000. So new highs possibly on deck here if they can't get follow through under 25,000. At the moment, they're still being absorbed down there. So I think you're going to get follow through here to the upside I'm talking about. So just tried to sell under here and got caught. And you'd have to say at this point, gamma level was 20. What did we hit? On the nose. Over that, 65s is gamma level, which lines up with previous week value area high. I can't believe we're doing a whole week rotation in a New York session again. It's incredible. Google, I'd say I'd have eyes on Google and Amazon. They have relative strength on a day where the market, okay, NQ isn't selling, but if you look at the MAG, all right, the MAG, Tesla 0.74% down, Nvidia 1.5% down, Microsoft over 1.5% down, Meta 1.5% down, Apple 1.5% down, Amazon and Google 0.5% up. Relative strength. Worth keeping a note on. It means institutions are starting to enjoy those names. Okay, still watching this. I fucking hate that high of day that we've done. I'll be honest, but watching for the initial balance trade back to VWAP here. I really hate this high of day. The buyer stepped in last time at 80, so he needs to save it at 80 now, or we're going to start flushing. So he's trying to save 80. If they lose 80, we're going to move straight down to 63s very, very quickly. So he's trying to bid 80s here. So this now is the buyer. He must hold this. If he loses this, we've got a flush coming. Can I get a trade in here, folks? I really don't like that high of day, I'm telling you. I do not like that high of day. Right, good save of 80. Still no short for me. I will wait to see how we act at 06s. At 25,000, 25,006. See if they want to resell this now. And if they reclaim that, then I think that we have a move all the way up here. So the opportunities now will be, I can draw it on, right, it will be something like this, or it would be this. I will not play that long. No way. No way, Jose. Okay, here's the IB test, and they're going to test 04, 05s probably. And there's a bid just stepped up here. It's trying to support the bid at 90s. Let's see. Seller coming in aggressive here. Oh, it's going to be a battle. Someone's about to get really, really hurt. Just because of what I've just seen on the tape. They're trying to absorb 90s. If they let go of this and we let go of 80s, it's game on time. Here we go. All right, he's got to have a go. He's got to have one more go. Absorbing 80s again. Need to be very careful here. If we let go of 80s, we can go 60s and we're going to have some fun. They're still trying to absorb 80s. How much more size have these guys got? It's my last attempt on the day, folks. Got to get under 80s and flush. Come on. Come on. Give me one fucking good trade. Let's just puke this whole thing out. You've done it now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Please stop absorbing here. Please. Here we go. Okay, watching VPOC now at 60s. And then once we get under that, VWAP. All right, looking for this now and then this. And then if we get lucky and we let go of all this range today, it'd be really fun. But we'll see. Here we go. Finally. Green on the day on that alone. And let's see if we can really move down under this now. Even if the Fed cut, which doesn't look super probable, go and have a look what normally happens on Fed cut. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, I want to let go of this now. Trade into fucking VWAP. Finally, this is why you have to have risk management, folks, because when it finally comes, you need to be there for it. And this is my last trade of the day. And if we really start letting go of this, these shelves and VWAP, I think there's still a chance that we come all the way back down for this. This is just a straight squeeze and bullshit in my mind. I'm still looking for a huge giant puke out if possible. How do I install VWAP on my chart? And just type it into your indicator list. Here we go. Lower time frame algo here. Those that play flow zones. We're looking for covers into 30s, 35s if possible. Moving stop down with this now. And let's see if we can get a wash. Let's see if we can get a wash. Let's see if they're done with this stupid move they've been doing today to price up. Like I said, I'm going to stay short side focused. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Yeah, TP into around 35s. Don't be a dick for a tick here, right? Make sure you paid yourself. I've paid myself a good chunk. And I tell you what, if we find acceptance, right? If we find acceptance under this, I'll be looking for this. All right, I'm still, technically speaking, looking for this move here today. I think this is a back test to move lower. All right, that's all I think this is. Why do I think that? Because this is the trend. All right, this is the trend. All right, that's why I'm trying to play down. It's the pro trend right now is down. So I'm trying to play downside. I'm not trying to play upside. I understood that they could come all the way up to 25,000, even 25,100 if they want to be real assholes. But I'm going to stick with the pro trend, which is down. I want to trade the higher time frame down. Let's go. Let's go. All right, here's TP1. Let's see if we can really fucking accelerate now. Let's go. How many times can I say it? Does it help it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's let go of this fucking thing. Let's go. Let's start puking. We want a pukerama. Sorry, folks. It took, what, 4 or 5 attempts today. Like I said, you will see me. I had a chat with you guys in Discord yesterday. You will see me stop out and 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 go small size and break even and stop out and stop out. And eventually, as long as I'm patient, I haven't run out of bullets, I'll get the trade. And that is risk management, right? Because I know I'm sticking to my plan. Nothing's changed today. I'm sticking to my plan. All right, you should pay yourself here. If they don't let go of this soon, we can afford to drift back up into the 60s. So just be aware of that. Sellers came in at 60s, right? So if they want to come and retest 60s here, they will. That seller came in at 64. All right, so we'd want 64 defended now for us to really start puking out. Any reclaim of that and I'll cut the runners, but we've paid ourselves some good money here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's Let's go. Oh, big winner. Oh, my fucking days. Oh, unfucking defeated, mate. It just takes some time. All right, grey box, big TP, and let's see if we can get acceleration. Tiny size left now for me, and I will add if we stay heavy, right? If the next pot to 60 gets sold into, I'll look for an add there. They might even sell this little move here, but I don't really want to add here because it's too low. So if we pop up and I see a rejection of 60s, they might well sell this. But ideally, we do this, and I'll think about an add here. And if we lose this shelf, I'll think about an add here as well. Let's go. How many times can I say let's go? Did I take any trade? What do you think I'm doing right now, my friend? What do you think I'm doing right now? Let's fucking go. Accelerate now. Let's trap all these bulls. Let's do 100-point fucking puke out. Let's go low of day. Let's wreck everyone. Let's wreck everybody. At least give me 900s. At least give me 900s. Bra, 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 bra. Bra, 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 bra. Inverse fair value gap, bra. Order block. One strategy for life. Yeah, tell you the best one. IB failure. We're in a ranging market. They fail the initial balance high, back to view up. Tyson's trade for the win again. Is Tyson in chat? I bet he is. He's probably just made a killing yet again. The Tyson trade. All right, here we go. Watching now at 60s to see if we stay heavy here. If we don't, then runner will come off. They can technically trade up to 80s, but I want to see them sell 60s here. And I want to see bulls get trapped. I'm comfortable now, though. I'm big green now on the day. So watching 60s. If we get through 60s, I will cut. And then I'll think about an add at 80s. There's a good rejection of 60s so far. Nice. Don't want this to get back through 60s or 63s, whatever it is. Nice rejection. All right. We got to see follow through, or we just saw some absorption step in. Mr. Buyer at 50s is back again, is he? You fucking cretin. All right, so cut this now, and they might run it all the way back up to 80s now at this point, folks. And then I can have a look up there at 80s. Remember, the Hive Day auction was not the best. But that guy just absorbed 50s again. But we've made some big money today now. Thank goodness. Okay, here's the move back to 80s. And if they squeeze through this, then they're probably going to go higher day. So if they don't reject this, is where the buyer got caught earlier. They don't reject this, they probably go higher day now. And they've added a load of liquidity higher, which is not really very smart of them to do because they're going to offer the lift up here. These guys on the book above, very, very silly of them to do that. So there's the 80 rejection. Same level as earlier, right? Literally exactly the same level. You can see that 80. It's where that big buyer got caught earlier, and he's still got delta, right? We've still not paired him off. Can you guys see this? I'll move this up for you. Still not paired this guy off. So still, this is where they're selling. I don't like that they're offering up here. So we're out of this now. We're waiting for the next move. The only thing I don't like is that higher day auction. There's sellers up there, but the Hive Day right at 13 was a seller. It's not what you want. Like I said, you want a buyer. Right, still getting stuck at these 80s. I'm completely out of this now and waiting. So I took my runner off at 60s. They are still rejecting 80s, so it's a good sign. But I don't like that the bid came in at 50s on the last swipe down. That's where that player was earlier in the day. I don't like seeing that. It means he's still trying to absorb the tape for a new high. He's not out of position yet. He's just sat down there gobbling up. Once he's out of position, there's a bigger move. But, you know, we did just bid. We did just go IB to VWAP. That was a technical trade. We did just get our cover points. We did just make money. Yes, I know that on Netflix. That's well aware, mate, because I'm up nicely on it. Like I said, I don't like that they are still offering above. So there's still a chance for this market to move up and clean everyone out here because they are keep offering higher. So they're trying to lift this market higher by offering higher right now, which is nasty, which makes me think we're probably going to go and make a new high. Now bids are stepping in at 80s. Look at these aggressive buyers trying to now protect 80s. Dangerous market here now with how they're moving this. Very dangerous market. Fucking huge battle here at 80s. What are you doing? They were stacked both sides now. They don't know what they want to do. We are properly stacked both sides, very, very tight. Someone's about to get really, really wrecked really quickly here. They've just both come in with so much size at 80s. Someone's going to get hurt pretty quickly and pretty significantly here. It looks like the sellers. I love it when people come and chat with me like, you should look at this, you should do this, you should do this. Really? Should I? You should look at gold. You should look at silver. You should look at GameStop. You should do this. You should... All right, here's the lift through those orders like I talked about. I didn't like that they were stacking up here, trying to attract price higher. And I don't like the higher day auction, so they might come for that higher day auction. It's very possible they're going to come for that higher day auction. Here's the initial balance test. They get through this, it's very possible they go higher day. Look, they keep stacking orders higher now. They were trying to attract this market higher now. Fucking gross. And there comes a seller. Bang, 25,000. Pull the bid. Pull the offer. Look at the games here. We're back to silliness. We're back to silly bugger games again by the looks of it. What do I mean when I say I don't like the auction? Well, right at the high of day, right, we had a big seller, market side, aggressive seller. That is the complete opposite of what you want to see at the high of day, which means it's probably not a good high of day, which means there's a good chance to squeeze higher. It's the same reason I was trying to short for a breakdown today at the lows, because the auction on Monday or Tuesday, I forget which day it was, of the low of week, and the auction of Friday were bad auctions that need to be repaired. We're now probably going to repair this auction at high of day, because what you should have up here is a buyer. Remember, we talk about this all the time. Basic auction theory. I always explain it as, imagine you go to a car auction, all right, and they come out and they say, lot number 47, Ferrari Testarossa, vintage, all right, starting bids, 30,000. Do I have 35? Do I have 40? Do I have 45? Do I have 50? Do I have 55? Do I have 60? Do I have 100? And then it slows down. Do I have 105? Yes. 106, 107, 107 and a half. Going, gone. The auction finishes when the last buyer bought, right? When the last buyer bought. That's when the auction finishes, moving up, right? We don't have that. We've finished the auction when someone sold, which means we've got more excess above to go and create. Oh, look at Hiko. Look at that. Giving 10 Flowzone memberships. Very kind of you, Hiko. 10 gifted. That's super kind of you. All right, so it's possible now. It's possible now that they lift right the way up into these, all right, and fill that gap. It's very possible. Now, see, the auction's being repaired. See, we don't have sellers up here, not aggressive sellers. We have aggressive buyers, and that's a better auction because we now have passive sellers up here. So this already looks better than the first time we came up here. That doesn't mean to say we can't go higher right now, but the auction already looks better, because if you look at Bookmap above me, the high of day is a 214 lot buyer that got absorbed. So that's already a better auction than earlier, right? Not to say we can't move higher at this point, because it very much feels like we've got unfinished business up here now. But that's already a better auction. Hopefully that makes sense in how I just explained it. No, I still favor the higher time frame short. All right, I absolutely am going to stick to the higher time frame short, but I've already made a ton of money in that last move. We can think about another play here, but right now we're basing above initial balance, aren't we, with targets above that it might want to move to. But this grey box is a thick area. Like I said, I think I'd struggle to move above this if I was a buyer, but you never know. They might turn the jets on. Trying to have a look at the gamma exposure. QQQ 608, that's what we called. Do they want to go 608 to do the old decay? Yes, is the answer. That's where they've gone. So we might come and retest 680s here and see if those bids turn back up. Remember, the buyer turned up at 50s. My bias right now is for them to try and drift this a little bit higher. No, I'm not checking silver. Sorry, guys. We're trading NQ. I do a lot for you guys every day. You guys check silver. You're 7.5% up. What do you want to know? When you say check, what do you mean? Where am I buying it? Where am I selling it? Leinster game tonight. Oh, nice. Is that Champions Cup? Who are they playing? Let me have a look. Oh, Cardiff. It's not Champions Cup, my bad. Oh, well, you will absolutely demolish them. You will absolutely demolish Cardiff. Are you in Ireland then, buddy? Yeah, ton of buyers at the top now. It's the first time we've seen it. Look at the difference in the auction. All right, look at earlier, selling. Look at now, buying. All right, buying. And we're back under initial balance, back down to volume point of control. So we're going to just have to see if they're willing to let go now. Like I said, they might want to rebid 80s. They might want to rebid 80s to take this higher. So I'm just trying to be patient. I've had my big trade now. So now I'm just waiting. Do I put any value in S&T? Some, not really. Not the same way that everyone else does. Because I understand why it happens. I place some value on it, but not a ton. All right, here's VPOC. So do they bid 80s now? This is the question. Buyers will want to bid 80s. If they don't bid 80s, we flush 60s and 50s. And then I'm going to see if that buyer is still down here. We're just in a tight range here, but we've had 3 drives now, right? Uno, dos, tres. All right. When we let go of this, it might not be today. When we come under this, we can have some more fun down here. The only thing right now is, do they want to come right up into this? So we can see this grey box. This is key for the buyers to hold. They start letting go of this, we will have some more fun. Here's the 80s check. They're trying to bid 75s and 70s. If they start letting go here, we can have some fun. Do I have one more go at it? That's the question. Do I have one more go on it? You're short from the 500s. Do you mean 25,000? I assume you mean. Or are you swing short from 500s? Is that what you mean? Lower high on ES last drive? Yeah, there was. Strong selling coming in here. This is the big level, remember. 80s to 50s or 80s to 60s. That's where we saw price get absorbed. It's looking better and better and better for downside here. They are trying to really flush this aggressively at this point. Looking better and better and better for downside. But they got to stay heavy under 80s now. They've done so much work to get down here to this grey box. What you need to see now is a little liquidity build and then an attack of all of these, and then under here a puke out. Here come the 60s. Remember, 50s is where the buyer kept showing up. He's stacking 60s and 50s. Under that, we can really get going. It's just, can I find a way of getting in now? Are they going to let this whole thing go now? Back to Globex level that we talked about earlier, that pivot. So here's the 60s and 50s. He is not here, folks. He's gone. He is not here. I'm not seeing him on the tape. So we might be in here. So the next pop that fails, I will look to attack. Because he's now not here. He's gone. Waiting for him to appear on the bid, and he's not here. In fact, he's offering he's bidding 900s. He's just come on the tape, 100 lot 900. So let's see. Can you give me the opportunity? So we had a better auction at the high, which might signal high of day. Here's VWAP. Can you give me an opportunity? Since that auction high day, all we've done is gone straight down. And I need to see a bid back up here and an opportunity to sell into. So this is what we talk about up here. So hopefully that made sense. Why I thought we might make a new high. Because this is a poor high. This is a much better high with buyers caught. Then we transition sell. But it's been straight down since. We're going to need a lift up into somewhere in here and then a resell, which we might get now if we're lucky. If we're lucky. So any lift up, I'm going to be watching 60s to 80s to see if buyers come in and get themselves caught, and then a reflush. Anything over 80s, again, I won't touch. So if I'm going to get something here, it's going to have to lift up 60s to 80s. Here's the lift. Here's 60s. Can we go a bit higher into 80s, fill these imbalances? And then see if a buyer gets caught in this lift, and I'll look to play short if they do. 70s, we're going to go a bit higher. A little bit higher would be good. Fill these imbalances. We'll be careful because ES is holding VWAP and previous day low. All right, got a little piece on that last pot. Smaller size than I was earlier now because I'm considerably green and I don't want to give my day back here. So going to risk into 80s. Buyer coming in here, getting absorbed again. We cannot get through 80s. If we get through 80s, I will instantly cut this. I want to see them wash back down and make a new low here. They squeeze through 80s, I'm cutting. Will not give my day back on this. Love to see Amazon go green to red. It's a good failure. Can we see follow through now, please? We need lower lows now, please. Let's go. Come on. Let's break down now. It's a good rejection of 80s. So I've got some on this, smaller size than earlier. Ideally now we reject sort of 70, 72s, this little shelf, this grey box, and we just start to wash. Ideally. Here we go. We need to get under this now at 60s and then flush. Oh, lovely. Come on. Go and break the lows. Go and break the fucking lows. I want it to flush all the way under 40 now, please. Stop protecting. In the money. Don't care what happens now. Going to try and let it work. Like, hands off the mouse. Give it a bit of space. I've moved that too far around, have I? Come on. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. This is good. Let's get under these 50s again. We have so much room. There's no one bidding under 45s. We've got like a void under 45 to 900s at the moment. What are the red and blue horizontal lines on the smaller screen? Smaller screen? What do you mean the smaller screen? I don't know what you mean. Here, this is level 2. This is level 2. All right, they're coming back to 80s. I will stop out at 80s. It will be a small loss. I'm giving back a little bit. There you go. Stopped out there. So I am probably done for the day now. And it was still a very, very nice day. Very, very, very nice day. That was my last attempt. If they want to be idiots with this, I'm going to let them be idiots. I'm definitely finished. No more trades. Because this one paid... Was it this one? This one paid really well. Almost 80 points. If you want to continue to play in this, all right, you will need to see a rejection of here. All right, and you'll need to see this, which this is really bad. This is not good bullish structure. This is very bearish structure when they do this. It's not very bullish structure. Bullish structure, all right, would be this, and we're not seeing that. We're seeing like an awful chop range being built out on a Friday. You're technically still defending that. I'm just out of bullets now, folks. I'm out of bullets. I don't know. Not the biggest day for me, but not bad. I can post it here for you. Here we go. There's my day. Not bad. Not bad. Could have been better. Can see which are the bigger accounts because they're doubled up on size. But there we go. Do I copy? Yeah. Yeah. When I'm feeling good, when I'm feeling confident. Today, man, was red for a little bit. Red for a little bit. Are they just going to keep doing this? I am concerned for this market in general. Not so much for a bias-wise, but I'll show you what I'm worried about of like how bad this market's going to be to trade this year if we keep doing this. All right, if we keep doing this here, if we're just going to go pin to pin, this is really not going to, for me at least, I really don't want to trade this, which is what we're doing at the moment. Now, the reason we're doing that is because buyers are stuck up here, all right? And the reason I'm looking for downside pressure is because buyers are stuck up here and is because under here, we get very, very thin, all right? And I would like to see these be cleared up. I am looking for this year, Q1, into here. If we go very bear market, into here. But I'm looking for a drift into here to rebid. I think this would be the healthiest thing this market can do at this point is to give it some room and is to actually reset, all right? More retail bought here than ever before in history. It would be much better for this market to come down here, stop retail out, institutions step back in, reclaim that. That can be the big Wyckoff moment. And then we can go. I don't care. I'm happy to do that at that point. But what I don't want to do is just do this. This, for me, is exhausting. Exhausting. Because I like playing breakouts and fail breakouts. What I do not like playing is range rotation nonstop. Lots of long-term resistance. Where, Troy? What are you talking about? Exactly, Matthew. Exactly. Yeah, that's it, Kevin. That's my feeling. I mean, there is an argument. I was watching someone. I don't know if you guys like look at like Subu trades or any of that stuff. But it's like we've got so many bearish signals going off at the moment in the market, especially when it comes to breadth. But there is an argument that institutions have been gobbling up these lows. There is an argument for it that has been taking place. What will be interesting? What's really interesting for me is to see the bounce back that we're starting to get on some of the software names, or we had started to get on some of the software names. If they start to rebid software, it's going to be quite hard for NQ to move lower. And this is all, all of this is to do with AI positioning. It's to do with the spend, the cap spend on AI versus like how much have we priced it in already. But like I said to someone in chat, the move that we did from April to October last year, let this sink in. The move that we did on NQ from April to October last year is the average size of 5 years. 5 years. So maybe we're digesting here, but if you want to go back to COVID, if you want to go back to 08, if you want to go back to, what was the sell, 2021 sell, they all look very similar to this. I look like Sean Paul. Shana Ball. I don't think so. Fun fact, I played tennis with Sean Paul. Fun fact, I played tennis with Sean Paul. I used to be on the same record label as him. Really nice guy. Like super good guy. Failing to make a new high up here again. I'm out of bullets now, folks, for me. Is he any good? He was about as good as I am. I will tell you another thing. We were quite a few rum and cokes deep by that point. We were a lot of rum and cokes deep by that point. It was really nice. We were both signed to Island Records. And like once a year, Darkus, who was the CEO at Island at the time, used to hire out. There's an island off the coast of Essex in England called OC Island, and you can only get there when the tide's down. So, mate, if they do it, I'm going to be very upset. You can only get there when the tide's down. So when the tide's down, you drive into the island, and then you can't get off. So yeah, we used to go once a year. Every artist signed to Island Records used to go. It was like a 2 or 3 day weekend. It was really fun, and they do like barbecues for us, and they put on games, and we do performances for each other. So we used to DJ like the after party. I think that year we had Sean Paul. Maybe the year before, year after, the weekend was there. It was really fun. Just like a really good mixer. Really good mixer. Where can you listen? You can listen to Spotify or Apple Music. Tough Love was my DJ name. It would just be we were a duo. There'd just be one other guy now when you look at it. Am I still making music? I do make a bit just for fun, really now, unless I get commission stuff. I have actually recently been commissioned to do a piece of original music for a new like comedy pilot, which is being filmed in 2 weekends' time. Next weekend, which I'm going to go to the filming of. When was this? 2011 to. I mean, I finished in 2021. This is the push down. Maybe I'm out of bullets now, folks. Like I'm literally out of bullets. I can't do anything else. I'm done. I made my money. DJ stream. When I move house and I get like a nicer setup, I'll do it. All my stuff's back in London. I want to put all my. Oh my god, are they gonna fucking do it now without me? Alex is out of bullets. He can't do anything. He's completely out of bullets. He's out of bullets. Do you stay in a caravan park? What do you mean? Don't know what you're talking about. Logic for me, mate. I was a Logic user. Jacob, I don't know if you're actually being serious or not. I'm happy to give you a mindset shift. Do you want me to talk about that live on stream? That's quite a big thing to say. Jacob, I would say go and read Atomic Habits. All right, go and read Atomic Habits. To get rid of bad habits, you need to make them like impossible for you to do. So rather than answering your question directly, I'll tell you this. Fucking hell, it's going to do it, guys. It's going to do it. I'll tell you this. If I wanted to stop, like, if I was addicted to playing PlayStation or something, right, what would I do? I would unplug my PlayStation and pack it away, right? So that I couldn't easily turn it on. You want to get rid of anything that becomes easily accessible to you. So that might mean, right, that you cancel subscriptions. It might mean that you stop having a smartphone and you move to a brick phone for a while or something like that. You're going to have to put things in place which make it hard for you to do things that you want to stop. And you want to replace them with good habits, right? So you want to do habit stacking. So every time you do something good, you want to do the next habit that you want to build on top of that. So let's say at the moment, every day you go to the gym, right? And that's a good habit. After that good habit, you want to add the next habit. So that might be meditation. It might be seeing a friend that you should always catch up with, or walking a dog, or any of these things, right? You need to stack good habit on good habit and good habit. And eventually you're going to have a whole day full of good habits. Same with trading, right? So if in trading you've got a bad habit of chasing, right? Maybe your good habit's taking a trade. Maybe your bad habit's then looking for another trade straight away, right? Replace that bad habit. The good habit's taking a trade. Your next habit is leave the screens, 15 minutes away from the screens. So you can't sit here and be addicted to doing something. I've actually got a video coming tomorrow, guys, on some of the things that it's just a small casual chat that might help you, but I'm going to start doing those more and more and more. So still in range. I just protected this low here. This area here is becoming more and more vital. More and more and more vital. ES is still looking like he's trying to drift higher here. QQQ, the level is still 608. Actually a high volume node, 0 DTE, which expires today. And 609 above that. Like I said, I'm done for the day. Money's been made. Finito. Could you show Bookmap for a while and talk us through what's happening on the tape? Yeah, let me do that in a second. Just answer the next few questions. Crazy Fool, Your Love, yeah, that's me. Pony's me. So Freaking Tight's me. All of those are me. All the old remixes are me. No, just out. When I set them out bullets, it's out of the number of trades, right? So I've had a few attempts at it. We've had one, the only decent one today, which got my day nice and green, was this one here. Look above, fail. I think we had a piece in this. I'm trying to remember now. So I'm going to get stuck here. So we can't find acceptance above. We can't find acceptance below. And we're chopping this, all right? We're chopping this range. This gray box is being chopped. Once we get below this and fail to reclaim it, there's a bigger wash. All the time they're holding this, they're trying to attract price up into here at the moment. So it's very, very tightly coiled here. But you're starting to make lower highs here. You're wedged in. Look at this, wedged in. So higher lows, lower highs, chop, right? Just try and leave it now. I'd say you're looking for this, or fade that back down if we come up there. That'd be my bias at the moment, those two things. Here's the wash back down to point of control. So right in the pin of this grey box. So what I can do is put you guys wanted Bookmap. We can watch Bookmap. Right, so you can see this big seller coming in here, aggressive seller, 95 lot, right into where they absorbed before. So if we get underneath this pivot of where they absorbed before, there's chance of a further breakdown here, right? So they're getting very aggressive coming into this old pivot. Look at the sellers now chasing price down. They're trying to chase price down to get a break lower here, and they're going to try and test this guy who's willing to absorb the tape at 50s. But this is the old pivot where we saw absorption last time, right? So they're going to, now the guy at 50s left, now he's back on, see the games. Now they're trying to resell it lower again. So these are the games that I've been talking about are happening in this chop region. Once we leave this chop region, it's going to be way more fun. At the moment, no one's willing to sell with size unless we're up at 25,010 right now. We have some stacks here at 80. We have some bids here at 50s. This is the same level where we keep flattening out. Every time we're here, we're flattening out. We're very, very tight here. But if they wash this and wash 50s, then you can very well get a drift. Look, they're not really willing to bid size until we get to 900s. So just chopping around here, seeing some absorption, price not really moving at this time. And we're starting to stack bids and offers both sides. So very, very, very tight both sides now. So they're looking for this breakdown here. These sellers are trying to get a forced breakdown. They're still being absorbed. Look, all these guys are still being absorbed. Bids starting to shift. So we're starting to see aggressive moves up, right back into the 80s. And they might try and lift all the way back up to the top side here. So the last time they got stuck here was at 85. Look, we've got no offers up here until 25,000. Look, lifting right the way back up again. So look at the shift here. Bids came in, absorbed the sellers, shift back up. We're going to test 90s, 25,000s, 25,000s and 10s. A huge shift up here. And we are going to keep chopping this range over and over again. So if they sell this, they're going to come and retest where these bids came in, right? Right back down to 80s and 75s. The same thing over and over as we get tighter and tighter. Now, if these buyers are now out of position, which they are, they should get the flush down to 50s now. Now these buyers are out of position because we're underneath these big lots. We should now get the acceptance and a move down here. So once we get a clean break of this, we should wash aggressively down here. So they're trying to sell this to force this wash down. If there's no more bidding left here, we will get a wash to 50s pretty quick. And then you have to see what happens under that if there's like a 50 plus point move under the grey box that we had. So this is the big level, these 50s. Huge level here. Sorry, 60s. This level here was this, 65s. So still absorbing the same level. Look at this flat bottom being protected. Buyers coming back in. So sellers getting caught there, absorbed. We go back upside. We're going to probably retest one of these two pins again. So we just keep getting trapped. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until someone wins. It's just exhausting. This is exactly what I fucking hate trading. It's like literally exhausting to watch because they cannot make their mind up what they want to do. There's no follow through there. Seller just came back on the tape, instantly absorbed. So we had a big 100 lot there, instantly absorbed. They don't know what they want to do here, folks. Honestly, they clearly do not know what they want to do. Man, I hate it when people say that, like, this is Friday price action. No, it's not. Go and look at Fridays. More Fridays trend than any other days. Normally they pick a direction and go. I don't think that's true at all. I think that's some, like, bullshit that a weird grey-haired old man says. Did a massive buyer come in? He wasn't huge, but yeah, there was a big lot got filled here at around 83. He's not massive, though. Yeah, ping pong. It is ping pong. What's the app called where you can see the buyers and sellers? Bookmap. Bookmap. What about heat map? That's what I was just showing you. Bookmap is a heat map. It's literally what I was just talking you through, guys. Literally just talked you through it. I can't give you an assumption for next week because we haven't closed. I'm not willing to give you anything until we close on a Friday because I don't know where we're going to close right now. If we're closing where we are, I have really not much edge. Like, still think downside, but not much edge. But we got to close. We've got to close Friday before I think about next week. How we close today is so important, guys. Where we close today is so important. Look, we're just trapped in this same flipping area. We've been here for so many. We've been here the whole of Feb. Do you understand that, guys? When I'm saying like this is fucking exhausting. We've been here the whole of February, the whole of it, without cleaning any of this up, without spiking up into this shelf because we know buyers are stuck here. This is what we're doing right now. I don't want to do this in March as well. I really do not want to do this in March. It is so boring. And the longer we're here, the worse it's going to get. You have to understand they're going to keep defending this and defending this. And we can just do this. Maybe they start doing one of these, which would be even worse, right? This would be even worse. Really don't want to see that. So let's just see where we close before we think about next week. Chop, grind, gap fill? Maybe. It looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like it. It's bloody awful. But it does look like it at the moment. I would say not on the ES. I cannot see ES getting to 920s. But on the Qs, it looks possible. It looks plausible. I don't know what they're going to do this afternoon. Guys, you're asking so many questions. Like, I don't know. Like, all I know is this is chop. We're not finding acceptance under it, and we have a reason to come into this at the moment if they're really going to be nasty. But this is your higher time frame resistance. So I don't know what they're going to do, but based on what I'm seeing, you're not going to move out of this. That's what, at the moment, that's what I think you're going to do. That's what I think you're going to do based on what we've had so far. We've not done anything else other than that so far. Stuck at this value area high now. It would be so much better for the market at this point if it just comes up here. But it's just so ugly. So ugly. Guys want to do giveaways? Okay, well, if you want to do giveaways, then you need to get the likes up, folks, because we've got 600 likes. There were 2,500 of you in here at one point today, and you guys just want the free call-outs and can't even hit the like button. So we get to 1,000 likes, we do giveaways. We don't get to 1,000 likes, we don't do giveaways. Same thing every day. I agree, Joe. Yeah, it has been like this all week. I agree. There is no time frame for Bookmap. Bookmap's based on ticks. You can zoom in or zoom out. It's based on delta and ticks, not based on time. I use limit orders as much as possible. If you use market orders, you're more likely to get slipped. Sometimes I'll use market if I have to, but I try and use limit. There's no template for Bookmap. Guys, man, I feel like I have to answer the same questions every day. It's crazy. I'm going to need to make an FAQ. Look, there's nothing special going on here, guys. There's nothing special going on here. I don't have like a million indicators. It's profile and delta. That's it. That's it. That's it, folks. Another failure of the highs. Another high low probably coming up here. This is just the same. This is so garbage. This is so garbage. You are in this. You are absolutely stuck in this. No acceptance above the higher time frame grey box. No acceptance below this lower time frame grey box. This is poop. This is poopy. You get under this, it can be fun, but it doesn't look like they want to do that right now. Watch for big moves before lunch. Really? Why do you think that? Just because they're going to finish their positions? What's the VWAP indicator that gets you all this? You've got to be just being you got to be talking nonsense. VWAP indicator? What are you on about? It gets you all of what? Man, I worry for some of you guys with some of the stuff you say. Right, ES rejecting that Globex level. Still holding over 685 on the SPYs. Right, I'm going to use the bathroom. I really want to do a giveaway when we're back. How many likes? We're still not there, folks. So you guys need to get me to 1,000 likes. You get me to 1,000 likes and we will do a giveaway. All right, that's the deal. Be right back. Oh, it's coming. It's finally coming. Are they going to do it? Under the grey box, you might get a bleed now. If they reject 60s, for those of you who are in short, like I said, I'm out of bullets. But if they reject 60s now, you might get a bleed. You really might get a bleed. And you'd be watching for covers into like low 30s and possibly all the way back down to the lows. But you're going to need to reject 60s. Otherwise, it's a failed look below and a recovery. But if you reject 60s here, I'd say any rejection now, any rejection of this. Again, I'm out of bullets. Any rejection of this, you're looking for this move, this move, this move. I think this is all absolute bullshit. And where we really want to come is down here. All right. I'm going to maintain my bias of that because we are doing one of these. That's my feeling. The only question is, are they willing to do it today? It's been my question all day. There you go. Even if you took the trend line break there, it worked out pretty well for you. Has to reject this though. You do not want a recovery of this. Right, did we get there? Let me hit refresh. I don't think we've got there on the likes even. You're still, guys, you're still way short. We're not going to do any giveaways until we get to 1,000. That's just the rule now. I want to give away an Apex account and a course. Very, very simple. Are my bullets mental or do you have software? No, mental, buddy. Mental. They work on a few ways. 3 goes at the same trade and it going, not going, finish. Like 3 to 5 trades on a day, max, finish. Me feeling a bit tilty or on edge, finish. Right, here you go. You're rejecting grey box. You might get it now. You're starting to reject the grey box. Starting to reject the grey box. The only thing is that lower time frame algo, that blue line on your screen trying to fucking support bids. We can see yesterday we rejected that. I think it was overnight. Where was that rejection? Yeah, once we came under this. We caught bids once we came under that lower time frame algo overnight. It really helped accelerate price. You're looking so much better now. If you were positioned of the fade up here, or you've got a new entry here at 60s, you're looking so much better now, guys. It looks like really, really good. And like I said, there's no bids now. We're underneath that guy. Look, these had one more attempt at absorbing 50s. Once he's out of the way, I think you get 35s and 900s. Look at the stack at 900s right down here. As long as you stay heavy here, just hold on to it and try and get all the way down. And I would love it for you if they do the move I waited all morning for. If they do it now into lunch, I will absolutely laugh. How many NQ lots do you trade on average when you say tiny small lots? How many are you referring to? All depends on the size. So TP1 into these VWAPs, please. All depends on the size of the account. So if I'm trading on 50Ks, it's like 1 or 2 micros, right? If I'm trading on bigger accounts, it might be 1 mini, 2 minis, right? Depends how much breadth that account has, right? But if I'm saying like I'm putting a starter on, if I was trading a 50K, it's like 1 or 2 micros. That's my starter. Feel it out. If I take a 20-point stop, 30-point stop's not a big deal, is it? What I'm not going to do is put 5, 6, 8, 12 micros on a starter when I'm not sure if it's ready to go in a choppy market. But then what I can do, right, for example, if I'd put a starter on this failure here and I had 2 on, all right, and then I see a rejection on here, I might put 5 more on, and then I'm peeling some off, and then on another rejection here, I'm putting those back on, all right, and we get under here, I'm covering maybe 2, 3, 4, and then if we reject it, I'm putting size back on. I'm trying to walk price down, which is why I try and play trend, right? I try and play with the pro trend, because if we walk price down, it becomes much easier to add at key levels, right? Add at key levels and walk it down. It's just training from my small cap days, to be honest. That's how I've always traded. Anyone who traded me back in the day when we played small caps together, you will understand. Yeah, IB to VWAP. I think, guys, you look really good now. It honestly, it really would not be surprised me to at least come down into 900s now, given what we're seeing. Look at Bookmap above me. Where are they bidding? 900. Look at this. We're absorbing. Sellers coming in now, trying to absorb buy pressure, right? So they're trying to get you down into 900. As long as you're paying yourself some into VWAP, all right, then you could watch for a return back in to sort of 47.50s, maybe even 60s. So if you wanted to add, you'd be looking for one of these now, but you must be paying yourself some here. You don't want to move your core position down too tight. My biggest mistake was not realizing you're using drawdown as your actual account size. Yeah, exactly. When I started entering, that's the big, I talk about this all the time, man. Like, everyone's like, I've got 50K account. No, you've got leverage of 50K. You've got $2,500. That's what you've got. You're playing with $2,500. That's your max loss. You lose $2,500 on a 50K, you're gone. Some of them, it's $2,000, right? That's how you need to risk against it. So, for example, one micro, if you risk 100 points on one micro, that's $200. It's 10% of your drawdown you're risking. You are going to have to risk more drawdown when you're playing on prop firms than you would in maybe a cash account, just because you need to build that buffer. And unfortunately, it's just how it is. That's why it's hard. Yeah, 150K prop is 4,500. I think some of them are even bigger. If you go straight to funded on Tradeify, I think it's like 6,000, unless I'm mistaken. Do you pay taxes on prop firms? Yeah, you do. You pay tax on it and absolutely everything. Key to trading is micros and paying yourself. Certainly when you've got smaller accounts, it is. All right, so they're lifting up to 60s. You will need to see a rejection. Those of you who are short, you will need to see a rejection either here or here. All right. You do not want a recovery of this. No, 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 no. Right. They either fade this or fade this. If they recover this, you cut the whole thing. All right. But all the time you're rejecting 60s, you're okay. I really wouldn't want it to test 70s, which is in the grey box and point of control. You would want a fade inside of this. This is what you'd like now if they're going to give the pro trend. But just remember, this is the edge of the range, really. So every time we've come up here, we failed. Every time we've come up down here, we failed to move lower. So this is why you've paid yourself, and now you're positioned in case it does this for you. You're paid like a contractor. Yeah, you are on when you take money from props. Yeah. We're still not at enough likes. Come on, guys. This is really poor for the day. Maybe because the action was shit today. Almost there, guys. There's at least 700 of you not hit like. I only need you guys to get up to 1,000, and then we're going to give away some stuff. What do I think about tax-free spread betting in the UK? That's how I started. Way back. You just got to watch the spreads, mate. I thought they were changing the rules on that. I mean, if they haven't, that evil woman who wants to tax everyone in the UK for absolutely everything, that lying piece of crap, will tax you for it soon if she hasn't already. Garden tax, mansion tax. I get fucked as a foreign investor now because I own a place in London. They tax me on everything. What an arsehole. Death tax. Tax you on. She wants to tax your pension now. You pay tax your whole life. You retire. We're going to tax your pension. Exactly. Fuck the UK, man. No offense, but honestly, garden tax. Yeah, they're talking about if you have a garden in big cities, they want to tax you for the size of your garden. If you have a mansion, they want to tax you for your mansion. You save your whole life. Your whole life, you save up. You pay off your mortgage. You get your house. You get a garden, and they go, right, we're fucking taxing you for the size of your house and your garden now. Fuck off. So even like, I don't know if any of you watch The In-Betweeners. James Buckley, I absolutely love him. He was talking about, in the UK, we have bins, what you guys in America would call trash. And you have to put your trash out in the morning. It's like a wheelie bin, and the man comes and collects it, right? Now, historically, you paid for that by paying what we call council tax. A tax, right? So you pay a tax every single month. And that tax goes towards the roads and your local council and the local authorities, and for them to come and collect your rubbish. And James Buckley was talking on a podcast. He was like, they want me to pay for them to now collect my rubbish. So what the fuck is council tax? I've been paying the whole life for it. They just want more and more money. They just make more and more shit up all the time. Canada's getting brutal. Yeah, I'm sure. I know the property price in Toronto is extortionate. I know that much. Where am I from? Yeah, originally from the UK. I live in Los Angeles. We pay 2.5 per annum council tax, mate. It's a joke. That's a lot. Yeah, tax monthly. I mean, most places are tax monthly. Yeah, Texas is bad, but I've done the math on it, right? Based on what I earn. You where you pay for I forget what they call it, the housing tax and stuff. I know the areas which have that high rate. Compared to income tax and compared to the tax rate pay in Los Angeles, it's still significantly better. Okay, reclaim here. So for me, I would be out if I was in this. You could risk 70s, I wouldn't. All right, so you got a double bottom there. Failed to break lower there, the sellers. They should have broken lower there. They didn't. Right back into range. So you're still boxed in here. Back to the midpoint. Awful. No follow through again. Awful, awful, awful. Would I consider to move into a tax-free country? I personally would, or at least a cheap tax country. I looked at Cyprus. I wouldn't really want to go to the UAE. I have lots of friends there. There's lots of great things about the UAE, but everyone talks about it like, I mean, I've spent a lot of time there, like it's heaven and all this. You have to forget, it's still a heavily Arab-governed country. What you might gain in tax, you lose in rights, right? So where are you drinking? I like drinking. I miss Europe. I like drinking a beer on the beach with women with their tits out, right? Let's keep it real simple. Let's keep it real, right? You can't even do that in America. You definitely can't do that in the UAE, right? I'd rather move to Europe, to be quite honest. Come to Miami, I'd think about it. I would definitely. I would think about. Honestly, I'm thinking about Florida, Miami. I didn't say Florida state. I think about there, and I think about Texas in the US. Those are two places. If they reject the top of this and then reclaim this and chop all day, what a nightmare. But like the problem with Florida for me is I want to be. I'm thinking. It's very probable I'm going to sell my property in London, and I want to be a buyer. And what I don't like about Florida is A, the infrastructure of those houses, and B, is the insurance of the houses, and C, is if we get some form of economic depression. I don't want the same thing as '08 and to get absolutely cooked owning it. Bama's not for me, man. Miami's a toxic city for dating. I'm not worried about that. I'm fortunately married, so not looking for another woman. Am I Scottish? I'm actually quarter Scottish. Forbes clan from Aberdeenshire would be my family clan. Mickey is the family name, the Scottish family name. So I'm actually quarter Scottish. So I'm actually quarter Scottish, quarter Lebanese, quarter Italian, quarter English. It's actually mostly Lebanese and Italian. So holding grey box and maybe back to the top side now as they continue to chop. How did I start trading? What do you mean? What was my journey to trading? I've talked about this so many times. I started. Oh, we've got enough. Here comes the squeeze, guys. I'm going to try and fill these guys at 10 now. Right, let me set. I will answer your question about trading. Let me just set the giveaway up. Crypto goods, you're Lebanese? Nice, dude. Iowa. Let's set this up. Do I do a DNA test to know that? Well, I have done a DNA test, but I also know who my mum and dad are and their heritage. All right, so type FCT once in chat. It's the best code for all your prop firms. We give away a free Apex account here. So just type it once. Please don't spam. Please don't spam. Where am I? I live in Playa Vista. All right, between Santa Monica and I guess what would be the next one over like Mar Vista or somewhere around there. Please, please, please don't spam, guys. Just type it once. It only affects you. You'll get booted out. I don't want you to get booted out. So just type it once. And after this, I want to know, has anyone bought a watch on Chrono 24? Because I think I'm going to buy one this weekend. I'm going to satisfy my needs this weekend. But it's going to come from Japan. And I want to make sure it's a good service. It's a legit dealer. I'm going to go speak to the Rolex AD because I'm not fucking paying grey market at the moment. It's just getting stupid. Even though it's cooled off, it's still stupid. You got a Daytona on there connected to the buy and bought it. Was it box and papers? Was it good? That's what I'm worried about. I just want to make sure it's legit. You know, you're spending like $4 or $5 grand up. I was actually going to get a Tudor on there. I don't trust buying a Rolex on there, so I don't want to buy grey market. So I was going to go to an AD and see if I can get on a wait list. All right, thanks, Savage. All right, so the range still chopping. How many times can they do this? There's a seller up here at 510 that they want to fill. All right, going to pull this winner. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Skinniest Hippo. What a name. What a name. Skinniest Hippo. Are you here, Skinniest Hippo? Skinniest Hippo. What a great name. Let me know you're here in chat. There you are. Congrats, Skinniest Hippo. Right, you've won a free Apex account. Yeah, you're eating now. Free Apex account, any size that you want. All you need to do is send me an email, info@flowzonetrader.com. Send me a screenshot of you logged into YouTube, and I will make sure that's on its way to you. I cannot believe this chop. It's so bad. Thank God we got that one good winner today that paid. Yeah, I know. The import duties to California are really bad. So what I was thinking about doing is sending it to the UK, to a friend's house, and then jumping on a flight there to go and see them in probably next month and picking it up, is what I was thinking about. Oh my God, the chop. Look, what is this? This is dreadful. I mean, if you're a range trader, you must be loving it right now. I mean, I can't think of anything worse than playing that. It's a guy that looks for continuation. It's hard to watch. What's the pink resistance line? This is your current weak point of control. This is why it's in this grey box, right? That's your current weak point of control. It's why we keep failing up there. It's fair value on the week. So if we go higher time frame, we clean this up quickly. All right, here we go. So this is your developing week. All right, this is our rotation for the week. Remember, we trapped buyers at the high. This was the big miss that I had yesterday. We trapped buyers at the high. All right, we've done a 2-leg. We've rejected current value area high. We've rejected this supply zone. We have liquidity being built here. We traded lower overnight. We're back testing this level at the moment, which is why I expect them to sell here. I expect something like this to happen. At the moment, they won't do it today, so maybe they're going to do it next week. I will change my bias, all right, if we start recovering this. If we start recovering this and holding 25,100, then because we are so thin, I would expect a reprice to backtest this level here, all right, and then we'll probably do a dance here for a bit, and then they will need to make their decision which way they want to go higher time frame. This is why I want to play short all the time we're under this. All right, think about this here. Look above, fail, back inside, failing the edge. I'm trying to play short to clear out all of these, and then we will have, this would be how many weeks now? 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the 4th week. Right, if we move away from balance after being here so long, we will be aggressive. And I can give you an example of when we've done that before, because it wasn't that long ago that we played a move away from balance, which is my favorite trade, and we made a lot of money. So, yeah. Right, we built all this liquidity up here. Remember this day here, early Feb. Once we left, these guys here, we traded away, we traded to their edge, we traded away. All right, these are the moves I'm looking for. I'm looking to do the same thing here. I'm looking to trade underneath. Now we traded to the edge, which is the equivalent of this one. I'm looking to trade underneath and trade away. All right, I'm looking to have this move here, here. This is what I'm looking for. Remember, anyone who played that with me on stream those few days, we made big money early in the month from that. I'm looking to do the same thing here. All right, it's the same setup. Look how long we took to build that liquidity here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. Right, we were pinned up there. Once we let go of it and rejected underneath, we washed. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. We've rejected up here. If we pin underneath it on week 5, I think we can wash. It just depends. Just depends if they want to play bull, right? Do they want to play bull? But that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I don't think this like war, this like everyone's talking about this war stuff. I don't see the war stuff being a problem for the market in the same way as others. I see there's more risk in the market without that war. Here, finally fill that guy at 10s. All right, so big buyer came in here at 10s. I think there's more risk in other parts at the moment. Am I still looking for short? No, I'm done, man. I'm done for the day. Look, if we start reclaiming all of this, like I said, if they squeeze up here, if they reclaim this grey box, they're going to look for a gap fill. Yellow line is your gap fill. Previous week value area high, previous day value area high. If they can get a squeeze up here, they will. Like, you're in lunch now. I'm done. I've been done for a while. Could they drop it by end of day? They can do any, but I'm not arrogant enough to think that they couldn't. They can do anything that they want. They can also just burn on time decay the options, which here, right, stuff like this, right, is from how they make sure guys playing options don't get their move, right? Because unlike us, right, they have to deal with theta. Right, they get time decay. We don't get time decay. All right, so even if they're positioned here, if they don't get the move soon enough, right, they lose money. So I think that's what they're doing a pretty good job of doing right now. Does the of order flow and volume course include the most updated indicator? This indicator only comes with a 20-hour course. If you're studying order flow, you don't need this. But I am actually working on an order flow indicator for TradingView for for Flow Zone. It's going to take a good couple weeks. I have my designer or editor working on it at the moment. What VWAP do you use? Just standard VWAP, and then for this one you can just draw it on. You just anchor it to the 930. Just do it as a tool. Please play a song before you go. Okay, Jake. What was your email again, Jake? Jake's been asking every week, so we should do it. Because I still haven't listened. Remind me your email, Jake, and I'll find it now. Your PVP on TradingView only shows 3 weeks of volume. Do you know why? I'm not sure. Maybe you've got to set it to be allowed to go further back. Where did the grey boxes come from? I draw them on, folks. These are all drawn on by me, all right? Because I understand volume nodes. They're just levels where I see absorption take place. They're high volume node levels, all right? They're high volume node levels, or they're higher time frame demand levels, all right? They're high volume levels. This is a current weekly big volume level up here. All right, so we're just trading from box to 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 box 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 box. All right, it's the Michael Schumacher trade, Lewis Hamilton trade. That's all we're doing right now. Jake Lewis. Okay, Jake Lewis. Let's see if we can find it. Can we play this out loud for Jake? So it's Jake's song he just sent me. Like it. This is the intro music for Flow Zone he wants. I like it, man. Yeah. So good. Sick, Jake. We're gonna have to use that. That's sick, man. That's sick, man. I even like the little doubler. Very cool, mate. Very cool. I'll see if there's a way of... So you've done me that. Indy's done me like a introduction video. So we need to get all these working, don't we? So we can start using them at the beginning of the stream. Be fun to have those as the intro music. Super cool. All right, top of the grey box. we're well into lunch here. I'm going to get out of here in a minute. That was cool. That was super cool. See if I can download that. I don't know how to add stuff on OBS. I'm gonna have to work out how to do that over the weekend. Lots of things to change to get this stream even better than before. Look at that, failure top of the grey box. So top of that liquidity from the current week. Man, it's wild. It's wild how much they're gonna chop this today. Was that their exit? Was that their exit? Did they just get their exit? Look at this shift now. Oh my god. Was that their exit? It sure as hell looks like it at the moment. Double top there on ES, failing up there at the highs. Personally, I'm done, but I would say if you now start to reject 25,000, 25,010, all right, after they just cleared out, if there's a rejection here, there's an argument to trade back downside. The only thing you need to worry about is these targets up here. They just look at that after the exit. How gross. They couldn't have done this for us earlier when we had bullets, could they? They had to fucking wait. What a shame. Can you tell me where to choose a setting for anchored volume profile? The opening candle, mate. 9:30. 9:30 candle. That's where I would do it. All right, box to box again. Look, Lewis Hamilton trade, Michael Schumacher trade. Box to box. Box to box. If they lose this, they're going to go box to box again. I imagine they'd want to pop up here and make sure that they're done with it. And if they're done with it, maybe there's a trade down in the afternoon. I don't know. But that's enough for me. I'm out of here. Not a bad day in the end. It was frustrating. I would have loved to have got a bit more out of it, but there we go. And we'll just see if they're done with this after building liquidity. You can watch 20s on VIX. It's a big over-under level, and we'll go from there, folks. All right. Peace and love, everyone. Look out for, I would say, a few things to look out for. Make sure you're signed up to the newsletter. The links are down below. It's completely free. I'll be sending that newsletter out tomorrow morning. We'll have you prepared for next week. It's worth reading, honestly. It's free education, free levels for you guys. And yeah, everyone have a great weekend. Get off the screens. Go and do things that are fun. Peace and love. Thanks for joining this week. Take care. I hope you had a great week and a great session. Go and be with loved ones. And use hard stops if you're going to trade this afternoon. Peace out.